have you ever felt melancholy because you had to live the life of a supporting character? Always standing in the shadow of others' brilliance.
Hurry up, Bloom! Can't you even scatter flowers properly? Bloom, come, down, here!
Ordinary looks, poor talents, and an unremarkable background. Only when making a mistake might one be noticed, but that's about it. That girl was Bloom, just an ordinary person. Whether Bloom was present or not, no one seemed to notice. When given some responsibility, Bloom was always the last choice.
Again? Why are you always so slow, Bloom?
You see, it's because of me that we almost got penalized again.
As it turned out, because she had saved a little rabbit, despite the danger, Bloom arrived late and was scolded by the leader.
Even my parents think I'm a troublemaker. I just want to be a kind person. Why is it so hard?
And so, even after recovering from her illness, the little rabbit remained and became Bloom's pet Kiko. However, on a stormy, rainy night, Kiko suddenly disappeared. What happened? Subscribe to WOA Fairy Tales to find out. Despite the dangerous storm, Bloom rushed everywhere to find her little rabbit. Upon awakening, Bloom was startled to find 4 different versions of herself around her.
Who are you? Can't you see? I'm radiating such dazzling brilliance. I'm Sunbloom, the fairy who controls the power of light. Come on, Sun, don't frighten Bloom. I'm Flora Bloom, the fairy who controls nature. Are you feeling better now? I'm Musical Bloom, the fairy of music. Welcome to the group. Ice, hey. She's not much of a talker. Ice controls the coolest power of ice!
Through the explanation from trustworthy Flora, Bloom learned that they were connected through various parallel worlds. There were other Blooms, connections of Bloom. And in essence, everything similar in the remaining parallel worlds. The difference lay in the central subject's attributes and personality. They were Bloom, yet not quite herself. Bloom was excited about the story the girls told.
I never thought I would become such fantastic and exceptional versions. Everything serves the purpose of uniting the 5 elemental powers to fight the Terminator. Wait, she hasn't transformed yet. What?
Unlike the other versions, Bloom was just a regular girl. Her elemental power, her strengths, she didn't know any of it. Before the girls could console her, the danger alert system blared loudly. So, unprepared as she was, Bloom was still pulled into her first mission. Different personalities aside, when the battle began, the girls were united and coordinated effectively. They swiftly defeated most of the dark creatures. Only Bloom felt superfluous, clumsy and unable to contribute. She also wanted to help her friends, to prove she wasn't worthless. While the other fairies fought, Bloom ran tirelessly, unafraid of danger, to assist the creatures. It was then that she unintentionally locked eyes with a small demon, capable of stealing souls. In an instant, Bloom lost her rationality and no longer acted like herself. Upon waking from the illusion, Bloom found herself in a dire situation.
What's going on? Still asking? You did something good but don't remember?
At that time, the demon had used Bloom's soul to undermine the efforts of the remaining fairies. Flora even risked her safety to awaken Bloom. Though a mere accident, it ignited a flame of discord among the girls. Bloom returned to the base and withdrew herself from others. Despite the fairies' efforts to advise her, Bloom refused to join them.
That's enough. It's up to the leader now.
The leader informed them that all parallel worlds followed the same story. In that story, the magical fairies would lose their families and then grow strong together to fight the Terminator lurking behind it all.
So is it because Bloom's family hasn't suffered a tragedy that her firepower hasn't ignited?
Exactly. Without her suffering, she wouldn't attain the highest firepower. I will personally enact Plan B.
But doing so will only make her resent the organization.
Don't worry. I will seize the opportunity to merge all the powers, not giving Bloom a chance to do anything. Watch over her carefully. Wait for my signal.
The leader and his creatures were to destroy Bloom's world to align with the plot.
Want to rebel, do you?
We can't agree with you. If we commit deeds as wicked as the Terminators in the name of protecting the common world, how are we different from him?
Against the fairies' resistance, the leader didn't falter. He immediately imprisoned them all.
Do you all think I need you? Ha ha ha!
The leader had planned that if the common storyline unfolded and Bloom obediently joined the group, he could manipulate them to take over the world, all under the facade of benevolence. With things in such chaos, he had to reveal his hand and openly seize all their powers. The wicked leader never anticipated that, in the critical moment, a brave, fiery, mythical beast would appear.
Kiko?
It was another version of Kiko, Bloom's pet. More surprisingly, he was also the son of the dragon god, the leader's creature. When he went missing before, it was Bloom who saved his lost magic. Through Bloom's kindness and bravery, she prevented her world from falling into disaster.
Defy me, huh? Fine. Don't blame me for punishing you all.
While the fire dragon resisted the leader, defending his family, the fairies fought with all their might to combine their powers, even without their magic bracelets.
Bloom, we need you! No, I can't. I'm powerless. Last time I caused too much trouble. Stop being self-doubt. Bloom, you do have power, and it might be the strongest of all. It's kindness and courage. People often overlook it, thinking it's ordinary. But when faced with evil or hardship, everyone will stand up to help. All our worlds feature the same story of meeting a magical creature, yet no one dares to help. All right, you're the hero, totally worthy of being the fairy of fire magic.
With those words of encouragement, Bloom gained the confidence to accept the support of the fiery mythical beast, activating her energy. Together, they created a magical flower, defeating the leader. From then on, the group of 5 magical fairies became close friends, continuing their mission to protect the common world, no matter the disparity in their abilities or personalities.
Today's story concludes. Thank you for your support. Each view is a tremendous encouragement for us to create more interesting new stories. Don't forget to subscribe to WOA Fairy Tales to help us reach 1 million subscribers soon. Now, share with WOA Fairy Tales your emotions after watching today's story. See you in the upcoming episode! This Halloween was very special for the Plant Fairy, unlike any other year.
Pumpkins, vampires, skeletons, witches. We have everything. Oh, wait. Where are the zombies? We're responsible for dressing up as a zombie.
Sorry I'm late, sir.
It's you again. Always playing around, timid and lazy. Can't you be more prepared?
Sir, calm down. Did the zombies not appear earlier?
What? What do you mean? Rainbow just arrived. So where is that zombie? Run! Zombies are coming!
Indeed, as soon as the strange music played, a horde of ruthless zombies would immediately appear and rampage. The louder the music, the more terrifying their strength. With no other choice, the gentle plant fairy had to take turns guarding the garden, except for Rainbow, of course. Speaking of her, Rainbow possessed a mesmerizing singing voice from birth. However, she only used this power for insignificant matters. Even in one careless time, Rainbow accidentally mesmerized herself, causing a major mishap. So, not many people valued her abilities. Aware of her clumsiness, Rainbow was quite self-conscious and often hid away. She thought she was safe, but then a wandering zombie staggered towards her. With no plant fairy around to call for help, Rainbow trembled as she used her singing to mesmerize the approaching zombie.
Where am I? Who am I?
You should ask your zombie mother. Why ask the plant fairy?
All right, I am. A plant fairy.
Nonsense! Just wait. I'll call Tallnut to capture you. Haha! They won't dare to underestimate me anymore.
Please, don't. Don't leave me. I'm afraid of zombies.
Are you brainless? You are that zombie! Rainbow's attention suddenly shifted to the wrist of the zombie. It belonged to her close friend, Tangle Kelp. She panicked, thinking her childhood friend was in danger, while the foolish zombie had no memory and just shook its head in response to her questions. The first thing they needed to do was to conceal his identity. This was a breeze for Rainbow's best friend, Sunflower.
Stop it! Can't you see? He's so harmless, he won't harm anyone!
Huh?
Huh?
With her friend's exceptional design skills, not even the picky Tallnut could detect anything suspicious.
I've never seen such a weird pumpkin in my life.
It's Halloween after all, don't be a killjoy. Zombie Pumpkin even cosplayed as a plant fairy, living in harmony and winning the hearts of everyone, from the elderly to children, and even, well, beautiful girls. Thanks to Pumpkin, Rainbow became bolder and cherished her mesmerizing ability even more. He helped her use this power to calm down hostile insect swarms, making them assist the plant fairy in their work. In a sudden moment, Rainbow was
startled
to realize that she had developed feelings for this half-corpse, half-plant. Of course, she didn't know that a zombie with no heart and an empty head like Pumpkin was momentarily mesmerized by Rainbow's radiant smile. All the plants in the fairy garden were created by Dr. Thomas, a kind and respected scientist. Surely, he would invent something to uncover the truth about the Tanglekelp's ring on Pumpkin's hand. Dr. Thomas, I have something to ask you.
Quiet. Dr. Thomas needs to prepare for the Halloween parade. Go away and let him rest.
Come on, Tallnut. We are the heroes of the future. Let's promise everyone that tonight, on Halloween, we will together stop the invasion of demons and protect the city.
It's not working. This is the only way. That night, two brave individuals sneaked into Thomas's laboratory to confront him personally. However, all the warm and benevolent images of Dr. Thomas shattered before their eyes. It was a horrifying scene, far from what the plant fairy had imagined. He was concocting a green liquid that could turn any plant into a zombie. The eerie sounds made by the plants were causing the zombies to become agitated. Back when he lived in the city, the center of development, Thomas had been ridiculed for not being as accomplished as other scientists. He moved to this countryside with a sinister ambition to create various types of zombies and unleash them upon the city to cause an epidemic.
Success! I've succeeded! Now you will all beg me to provide the antidote. Let's see who dares to underestimate me now.
Pumpkin and Rainbow hurried back to the garden to inform the plant fairy. Despite Pumpkin's true identity was revealed as a zombie cosplaying, Dr. Thomas's impeccable image led the plants to continue venerating him.
Rainbow! You've been turned into a zombie by him! Quickly, lock them up!
Soon after, they would regret their decision. Dr. Thomas imprisoned all the plant fairy on Halloween to prepare for their transformation into zombies. During this time, Rainbow had become so accustomed to the punishment of the plant fairy that she easily escaped. Two people quickly appeared and rescued the plant fairy while Thomas was busy preparing the zombie serum.
Dr. Thomas, it seems we need an explanation from you.
How dare you?
It's over! Your potion has been destroyed! You can't do anything to us anymore! But Thomas was not afraid. He summoned a horde of zombies with his music to punish those who wouldn't listen. They learned a horrifying secret that all the brave fighters from before had been turned into zombies, not gone abroad or anything else. The fighting spirit of the plant fairy gradually dimmed. They couldn't harm those who might have been their friends or loved ones.
Destroying the potion can make my plan fail? Dream on!
So, Tangle Kelp is...
Be careful! Chase after him, Rainbow!
Now Pumpkin was no longer weak. He confronted Dr. Thomas boldly. Realizing his vulnerability, Thomas plunged into the liquid to transform himself into the most powerful zombie.
You're insane! This solution will only enhance my strength. My will remains. In contrast, you were turned into a zombie once. If the solution permeates you again, you'll become a permanent zombie. Tangle Kelp.
But Pumpkin was not afraid. At this moment, nothing was more important to him than defeating the villain and saving his plant species. With equal strength, Pumpkin eventually defeated Dr. Thomas. Rainbow and Pumpkin obtained the antidote to turn all the zombies back into their friends and loved ones among the plant fairy. Except for Pumpkin, who lost the chance to become a plant fairy once again. However, thanks to bathing in the extremely potent zombie serum, Pumpkin remembered his past, realizing that he truly was Tangle Kelp.
Enough of this nonsense! Everything is over! Let's go and enjoy Halloween!
That's right! We prepared for this event with so much effort!
Yes, it's all over.
Not necessarily. After all those events, they realized that their feelings went beyond friendship. This year's Halloween was truly unforgettable for all, including this one. Happy Halloween! Trick or treat! The story concludes here today. Thank you for your support. Every view is a huge encouragement for us to create more exciting stories. Don't forget to subscribe to WOA Fairy Tales to help us reach 1 million subscribers soon. Now, please share with WOA Fairy Tales your feelings after watching today's story. See you in the upcoming episode. Mom and Dad don't love me anymore. Come in and play. It's even more fun in here. But first, you have to hit the subscribe button for WOA Fairy Tale.
That was Princess Lucy's fate from the moment she was born. She was destined to be the golden spoon holder. During her christening ceremony, many dignitaries gifted her precious jewels. But how could the little princess appreciate the value of such extravagance? The king and queen held hands, dancing to the music, leaving the cradle abandoned in a corner with the attendants. As Lucy grew older, her longing for a complete family grew. The king promised to teach Lucy horseback riding, but his busy schedule caused him to miss one appointment after another. The Queen promised to take Lucy on outings, but she got lost in the world of parties, staying up all night, waiting until she fell asleep without realizing it.
Can't you spare some time for me, Mom and Dad?
Your mother will take you out, okay?
Why does it have to be me? You do it.
They shifted responsibility and blamed each other, making Lucy even more miserable. Lucy's 18th birthday was approaching.
Tomorrow is my birthday. I want to blow out the candles with you two.
Is it already Lucy's birthday?
How old is Lucy this year?
Lucy was thrilled, but in the end, her parents couldn't fulfill her wish due to unexpected work commitments. The king and queen only managed to leave a letter and a cake. Lucy was disappointed. She wanted to find a place to cry where no one could find her. She ran to an old warehouse and suddenly stopped. Some force was calling her inside. Curious, Lucy found a mirror covered with a cloth, surrounded by cobwebs and dust. Lucy pulled the cloth off, and she was startled to see a reflection of herself as a completely different person.
Hello, Lucy. Why? Oh, are you in there? I'm Charlie, the one who lives inside this mirror. I have no friends, no family, and I can't leave here.
That's just like me.
Princess, do you want to explore in here? I have a gift for you. It will make up for the pain you've endured. Besides, the time in the mirror world lasts only an hour. You can go back home any time.
Lucy also wanted to go to a place where no one could find her, so she agreed to Charlie's invitation. Lucy stepped into the mirror world and was overwhelmed by its beauty. Endless green fields, streams flowing with candy.
Everything here is edible.
It's so magical.
Charlie led Lucy to a castle that looked just like the one she lived in.
This is the gift I'm giving you. Time is starting to pass.
As Lucy entered the castle, everything felt familiar. The king and queen were there as well. However, the difference was that the king and queen were made of bones.
My daughter.
Welcome back, my child.
The king and queen organized a birthday celebration for Lucy, and they all blew out the candles together. Lucy had never experienced such a warm and happy birthday. Suddenly, the clock struck, and time was up.
Let's go, Lucy.
In the real world, the king and queen expressed regret for not being able to attend their daughter's birthday.
I don't need these things. What I need is your love. I wish I could go back to the mirror world.
At night, Lucy secretly went to the warehouse to meet Charlie, and Charlie took her back into the mirror world to see her bone parents. Back in the mirror world, Lucy was welcomed and treated with things she had never experienced before. The king personally planted a beautiful flower garden for Lucy, and the queen cooked delicious meals for her. They took Lucy on outings and had fun together.
I want to stay here forever. I don't want to go back to that cold and lonely home.
Lucy's words were the key to allowing Charlie to leave the mirror world. All she needed was someone to take her place in this mirror world. In the real world, the king and queen panicked when they couldn't find Lucy in her room.
The princess is missing.
The king noticed a wish bottle filled with Lucy's wishes on her shelf. Inside, Lucy had written many wishes, hoping for a happy family, her parents' attention, all simple things she didn't have.
We've been terrible parents, causing Lucy so much pain. Mom, Dad, I'm sorry for making you worry.
Our beloved, you're safe, and that's all that matters.
However, after that, Lucy displayed some strange behaviors. She didn't like looking in the mirror, and all the mirrors in the castle were destroyed. The maids who cleaned the house with shiny mirrors could reflect images, but Lucy always avoided them, afraid to approach. The golden dishes that could reflect images were replaced with wooden ones. Once, the Queen took Lucy for a walk, and she was startled when she saw Lucy's reflection in the water. The Queen was scared, but she tried to remain calm, knowing that Charlie had hidden Lucy somewhere. The Queen revealed the truth to the King, that Lucy was an imposter. That night, both of them decided to observe Charlie's actions. Charlie approached the mirror and jumped into it. The Queen recognized the mirror. She had treasured it when she was pregnant with Lucy, almost like a precious heirloom. But later, they had acquired more beautiful mirrors, so they had thrown it into the warehouse. The mirror gradually transformed and created Charlie's persona. She envied Lucy for having both parents. In the mirror world, Lucy now appeared as Charlie. At this point, Lucy still had no idea that she was trapped there. Suddenly, the King and Queen rushed to push Charlie out of the mirror.
Run, my child!
No, I won't go back. I'm loved more here than with Mom and Dad.
Are you sure about that?
What's happening?
Don't touch our daughter!
Charlie, enraged, raised the mirror fragment to create another illusion, but the Queen struck her with a blow.
Leave this place quickly!
You won't escape.
Lucy and her parents rushed to the mirror door connecting the two worlds. But the mirror did not display any swirling circle. Lucy looked at the virtual mirror fragment in her hand and plunged it straight into the mirror. In the real world, the mirror began to crack and to shatter. They had escaped from the eerie mirror world.
I'm sorry, my child. We were too thoughtless and selfish.
Lucy also realized that nothing good was necessarily perfect. All parents have flaws. It's about whether they recognize and fix them or not. The King and Queen, despite their imperfections, loved her unconditionally. In a certain kingdom, when it comes to speaking of the most beautiful maiden, one cannot help but mention Princess Zoe. She possessed an enchanting regal countenance. Her hair shimmered like a soft stream, a sight that left many in awe. However, contrasting with her beauty was an arrogant and haughty demeanor.
Quickly, remove this filthy persons from my sight.
Zoe was annoyed by all the poor, wretched, and ugly individuals, making them live in hiding like mice. Until one day, Zoe suddenly fell gravely ill, unable to eat or drink anything. The king, her father, was deeply concerned. He sought all sorts of rare remedies to cure her. Eventually, the princess's condition began to improve. But Zoe realized that her once luscious hair was no longer as beautiful as before.
What is happening to my hair?
Gradually, her hair fell out completely, leaving her with a bald head.
Ah!
From a confident person, Zoe turned into a despondent soul, insecure about herself.
Princess, be gone! Be gone!
Looking into the mirror and seeing her own ugliness, Zoe felt even more despondent.
Huh? That's right. I must find Silas, the most skilled sorcerer in the kingdom, to make my hair grow back.
And so, on that night, while everyone was fast asleep, and no one could see her bald head, Zoe secretly sneaked out of the castle to find the sorcerer. Entering the sorcerer's abode, an eerie feeling enveloped Zoe.
What does the bold princess seek from me?
I want my hair to grow back.
With that attitude, it's impossible.
Please, help me.
Well, fine. Come with me quickly.
Silas led Zoe to a room where there were many sets of wigs.
These wigs will make the princess even more beautiful.
I'll choose this one.
You can't. This one, if worn, will surely bring trouble.
No, I will buy it.
How foolish. Today, I've gained a little profit.
Early in the morning, Zoe happily put on her newly acquired wig. Magically, she looked like a different person, even more resplendent than before.
So beautiful. A miraculous hair. Keep your hands off my hair! Get out quickly! The naughty princess is back.
Zoe confidently stepped outside, her new hair sparkling in the sunlight like a real rainbow bridge. Suddenly, a frail, sickly girl wearing a tattered hat accidentally bumped into Zoe. Her hat fell off.
Oh, a bald head.
I'm sorry. Please return my hat.
If you're ugly, don't even show your face outside.
Zoe's delight grew as she played her little prank. She proceeded to a vendor stall and bought a precious gemstone bracelet.
This is a rare and expensive gemstone necklace.
I'll trade this strand of hair for it.
Oh.
But as she pulled her hair, she was suddenly struck on the head, leaving her dazed.
Ouch! Who's there?
Frustrated, Zoe walked away from the mocking gazes and suppressed laughter of the onlookers.
I'm so annoyed. I must find the one who struck me discreetly. You don't need to search. It's me. Who are you? I am Lyra, the owner of the rainbow hair you're wearing. I met an unjust fate. Unable to escape, I merged into this hair, hoping to find someone to help me. I don't know anything. This hair is mine now. Stop clinging to me.
The next day, Zoe continued seeking joy.
Don't go. Something unpleasant will happen today. You should... Quiet!
At the market, Zoe playfully pranked and teased everyone around. Zoe delighted in her jest, continuing to cause mischief, teasing everyone. Zoe bumped into a ragged boy named Bruno.
Do you know who I am?
Do you know who I am? Beautiful hair you've got there. I'm gonna sell it.
No! The princess is bald! The rainbow hair is fake!
People gathered, berating Zoe. The image of beauty and power she once held in everyone's eyes shattered.
I warned you, but you didn't listen. I understand this feeling because I've been through it too. When I was alive, I possessed a magnificent rainbow hair. But because my husband was gravely ill, I had to sell my hair to a sorcerer to get money for his treatment. However, he deceived me, pretending to be sick, and used that money to propose to another girl.
Someone as ugly as you doesn't deserve me. Get out of here.
Out of my indignation, I left this world. My soul couldn't escape, so I had to enter this hair, hoping to find someone to help me get revenge.
After hearing that, Zoe felt compassion for the tormented soul.
I can't help you. I can't even help myself.
I will help you restore the trust and love of the people.
Listening to Lyra's words, Zoe used her own money to purchase all the fake hair from the sorcerer and distributed it to the seriously ill and impoverished, those who had lost their hair.
You are truly beautiful and kind-hearted, whether you have rainbow hair or not.
Hearing the old man's words, Zoe recognized her past wrongdoings and became even more determined to change and assist others.
Thank you for helping me understand that the beauty of the soul is what truly matters. Go on, tell me, what should I do now to help you?
Lyra led Zoe to the house she used to live in. Looking at everything unchanged, Lyra burst into tears.
Who's there?
It was Tyson, Lyra's husband. After Lyra passed away, Tyson was also dumped by his new wife. Filled with bitterness, he drowned himself in alcohol, becoming a wretched and deranged person. He saw Zoe with rainbow hair that resembled his late wife's.
Lyra, my wife.
And him, Zoe! Stop it! Speak up, Lyra. Let out your grievances. I'll help you convey your feelings to him. I loved you so much, yet you betrayed me. You're despicable, not worthy of life.
I'm sorry. I was wrong. I truly regret losing you. I'm willing to spend my remaining life repenting.
Finally, Lyra managed to let go of the burdens in her heart, no longer plagued by regrets.
Thank you! Give it back to you. This hair should return to its rightful owner.
To repay the kindness, Lyra shared half of her rainbow hair with Zoe. Now, both of them had rainbow hair, just a bit shorter.
It's real hair!
Zoe was content, satisfied with what she had. Whether bald or with short hair, Zoe was always... Historia is a gentle, feminine princess, beautiful like a goddess. In stark contrast is the ruthless female vampire, Bellatrix. Surprisingly, these two share a special bond. Historia was molded into the ideal princess, whether she wanted it or not.
Historia. Stand up straight. Let your hair grow long. Wear more feminine dresses. Eat with elegance. You must smile. You must be kind. That's what it means to be feminine. That's what it means to be a princess.
Historia's goodness inadvertently led her to...
All right, you have to run now.
rescue Bellatrix, who would become a self-centered vampire queen. She transforms beautiful men and women into vampires. She devastates the human lands to expand her vampire territory. But after years of inconclusive warfare, she decides...
Kidnap the human princess to threaten them!
Bellatrix attacks Historia and the neighboring Prince Aaron during their excursion. Despite having weapons against vampires, Aaron and his soldiers are defeated. But Bellatrix and Historia are taken aback when...
You are that person?
Aaron seizes the opportunity to capture Bellatrix while she's distracted. He accomplishes a great feat and is rewarded with Historia's hand by the king.
Do I really love Aaron? Yeah, but I'm a princess. I have to obey.
But what Historia truly cares about is Bellatrix. She's kept as a hostage to negotiate with the vampire clan.
Her princess? Thanks for saving me back then, so I can go on to feast on human blood. Ha ha.
Bellatrix expected Historia to berate her, but...
This is food. Just tell me what you need. Just don't do bad things anymore.
Huh. Why? Aren't you afraid I'll capture you? Why don't you yell at me?
Ha! A princess can't do that. I have to redeem you, for everyone's sake.
Hypocrite! You hypocrite! Don't even try to deceive me!
Bellatrix has never known love. Her parents only wanted her to become a ruthless machine. Servants and humans used to fear her. The princess's kindness truly touches her. The following night, Historia visits the female vampire again.
Why the long face? Did your father get bitten by vampires?
Actually...
Due to a delayed meeting with Aaron, the princess is severely scolded.
They say I'm not a proper princess. I just bother them.
You hypocrite! I'm cruel, I'm selfish, but I'm definitely happier than you. If you can't think for yourself, then cry for the rest of your life.
Being a princess, it's not that easy, is it?
The next day, the princess has to meet Aaron.
I don't want to meet Aaron. I don't love him. Should I listen to Bellatrix? Aaron? I'm not feeling well. Can we skip our meeting today? Aaron agreed immediately. What should I do, huh? No one told me what to do?
For the first time, Historia has a day to herself, not having to play the perfect princess.
It's all thanks to you. I really appreciate your advice.
Nonsense!
From then on, the princess heeds Bellatrix's advice.
If you don't like the prince, why meet him? If long hair bothers you, cut it. If the dress is uncomfortable, change it.
Wow. Oh my, she's so beautiful!
She's even more captivating than before.
Living as herself, Historia is much happier, even though some are alarmed by the change. The king tries to suppress Historia's rebellion, but when he scolds her...
Feminine? Act like a princess? Did you ever ask if I wanted this?
When she's imprisoned, she escapes in every way possible. In the end, the king is left with no options. It's no wonder that the princess becomes increasingly close to the vampire queen.
Thank you.
Thanks to Historia, Bellatrix gradually becomes more gentle and open. The two become friends, though Historia doesn't realize that it's all part of Bellatrix's plan.
Just a few more days. And when these wings are healed, Historia... No! I must escape from here!
Bellatrix's opportunity has also come.
Bellatrix? What's wrong, Bellatrix?
Vampires need moonlight energy, though they won't let me. I can't survive.
Historia can't bear to see her friend suffer.
So seriously injured. She probably can't escape.
The princess secretly gets the key to the cage. But carelessly, Erin sees her.
Hang on, Bellatrix. Just a little longer.
And just as the cage is opened, Bellatrix seizes the chance. She never expected that this room had been sealed.
Don't let Bellatrix escape! I know everything now! So, Historia, I never expected.
Huh?
The Vampire Queen is quickly captured. Before defeating numerous soldiers, causing both the king and his horsemen great injury.
Father, let me go. It's not what you think. I trusted you. I considered you a friend. How could you lie to me? Why?
Bellatrix remains silent. She understands the pain of disappointing someone who loves you. Both are brought to trial the next day for their heinous crimes. Bellatrix must atone immediately, while Historia...
I know the princess is innocent!
The evil vampire used the princess!
She's released immediately. Perhaps everything was orchestrated.
I'm sorry, Historia, I betrayed your trust. You're my friend. I really thank you. Live happily, Cardiff, for yourself.
Historia realizes her friend has changed.
Run as soon as the cage is open. I'll cover for you.
But
don't ask why.
No one realizes Bellatrix has been untied until the cage is opened.
She's not tied up! Shoot her! Shoot her now!
She quickly takes flight. But when she reaches the blue sky, the vampire feels something is amiss. Historia has been struck by an arrow, and it's unlikely she'll survive. Humans with such severe wounds often do not recover.
there's only one way. Turn her into a vampire.
The king reluctantly accepts the only option to save his daughter. Historia is revived with a new identity.
Father? Aaron? Bella?
She becomes a vampire. Bellatrix is exonerated, but Historia must leave the human kingdom forever.
No. But...
I'm sorry. You're a good guy. But I don't love you.
Historia is no longer human, but she's happy because she's free to live for herself. Bellatrix, on the other hand, becomes a gentler vampire queen and starts caring about others. And the two of them, now more than just kindred spirits, remain together as close friends for eternity.
In ancient Greece, monsters of a kind were isolated by the terrifying... Oh, I just wanted to ask you all to subscribe to the WOA Fairy Tales channel. If only I could be normal like a human, I wouldn't want to be scary. Oh. Among the famous monsters, the most beautiful was...
Well, Welcome to the 16th birthday of Pink Medusa!
Medusa, the most beautiful monster with pink snake hair and a gaze that could freeze others.
Incredibly beautiful, confident, and glamorous.
I wish I could be like her. I wouldn't be scary.
So beautiful. It's worth risking sneaking in here.
Medusa couldn't live without this fame. Today was also the day she said goodbye to everyone, as she was old enough to attend the school for gods and monsters.
Finally, I can become even more famous, and the gods will notice me.
But the divine and demigod students were not impressed by Medusa's beauty. Medusa was surrounded by bullet-like glances as she tried to approach them.
Stop! Don't bully the new students.
Fortunately, Perseus, the most famous demigod student, protected Medusa.
Let me take you to the monster dormitory.
Oh, all right.
This is not our place. The gods hate monsters very much. You absolutely must not get involved with the divine or demigod students.
Always as confident as a star, Medusa couldn't bear this discrimination. She hatched a plan to regain her shining glory at the welcome party for new students. Medusa used her snakes to take control of Cupid's bow.
Don't look at that little goddess anymore. Let me introduce... Pink Medusa, the most beautiful monster in the monster world.
But the student audience was not as excited as Medusa had hoped. Never before had she been so disrespected. Medusa couldn't contain her emotions and accidentally activated her freezing eye.
You monster, you've frozen us. No, I didn't mean to, I swear.
Stop! Medusa can't control it. She didn't do it on purpose. The teachers will unfreeze the two students. No need to blame Medusa.
Without saying, everyone knew that Medusa had started to admire Perseus.
If he weren't a demigod, Perseus would have become a god on Olympus.
He's so perfect that monsters should stay away, especially you.
The disdainful glances from the gods and demigod students made Medusa realize that monsters like her couldn't be with Perseus.
I wish I weren't a monster. What is it?
Minotaur, Medusa's monster friend, couldn't understand why he suddenly caused chaos in the school. Perseus decisively lured the Minotaur out of the school, but he was caught in the monster dormitory. Fortunately, the pink monster appeared to rescue Perseus and the whole school. When Principal Athena heard about this heroic act, she arranged for Medusa to stay in the divine dormitory. Thinking about being with the gods, becoming famous again, Medusa eagerly accepted.
I agree!
Medusa's school life changed from then on. No one discriminated against Medusa anymore. She lived, learned, and played with the beautiful gods. Medusa became the center of attention, and even better, she became a couple with Perseus. The brilliance made Medusa more arrogant than ever before. She even imitated the divine students and turned her back on her monster friends.
If I still stay with those monsters, everyone will look down on me.
An incident occurred before the ceremony attended by the supreme Olympian gods.
Medusa? Where is Medusa?
Cupid, who had once courted Perseus, was frozen. Naturally, all suspicions were directed at Medusa.
She's the culprit. Last night I saw Medusa in the flower garden.
I did go to the flower garden, but it was to meet Perseus. I didn't see Cupid.
That's right, I was with Medusa. No one believed, even though Perseus stood up to defend Medusa.
They always see me as a monster.
Perseus reluctantly made a decision. He would keep Medusa's frozen eye. After the festival, Cupid will be unfrozen. Until then, she'll have to stay here.
Don't. Let it go. Medusa probably understands who her true kind is now.
Only monsters truly accept me. Why do I hate my own kind? I'm not even a god.
Suddenly, there were strange screams from the festival.
My eye feels cold. Could it be? I can't see! Snakes, guide me to where Perseus is!
Medusa was horrified when the snakes described the scene. The supreme gods had been frozen, and the students were terrified to close their eyes. And Perseus was the culprit.
Perseus? Why? It can't be!
Why not? It turns out, Perseus strived to become a great god because he wanted to be a god on Olympus, but he couldn't because he was only a demigod, so he hatched a plan to eliminate the Olympian gods. Medusa's freezing ability was the power Perseus needed. I seduced you actively, helped you achieve greatness, and...
Maybe you should close your eyes. Emotions make me lose control of my freezing gaze.
I used you from the beginning. I almost got in trouble because your eye didn't listen to me. You arrived at the right time. If you're gone, your frozen eye will be entirely mine. Medusa still felt her frozen eye, but couldn't wake it up, so she had to run away.
Run in my direction, Medusa!
Minotaur, why is everyone...
It doesn't matter. We can't let Perseus catch you.
But Perseus had blocked their way and froze everyone except Medusa, who couldn't see the light of day. Now Medusa understood that she needed people who genuinely cared about her.
No! No!
All the emotions within Medusa exploded, and her frozen eye was awakened. Perseus knew that the frozen eye had gone out of control, but it was too late. Medusa was hailed for stopping Perseus. But the only thing she needed was true friends. The gods and students changed from that day on. Eventually, a monster like Medusa saved the entire school. Medusa became more humble, but no less beautiful. She still attracted everyone and lived up to the name Pink Medusa. At the end of every October, the people of Mexico celebrate the Day of the Dead. The bridge between two worlds would be opened on this occasion, allowing the departed souls to reunite with their loved ones. In the previous Day of the Dead, Luciana met with a mishap while attending the festivities with her parents, Mr. Sanchez and Mrs. Ophelia. When she woke up, Luciana couldn't find her parents anywhere. To her horror, she realized that she had passed away and was transferred to the realm of the dead. The world of the dead was a reflection of the living world. Luciana returned home and found only her deceased grandparents. Her parents were not there.
How can I return to the living world? I have something to tell my parents.
The bridge is closed. You must wait until next year's festival. But Luciana, please don't go back to the living world.
Luciana couldn't bear to listen to her grandparents' words. A year flew by, and the Day of the Dead came again. Young souls like Luciana had to depart before the older ones. Despite the obstacles, Luciana was determined to return to the living world.
I can no longer stop you. Don't do anything that you will regret.
I understand.
Following the bustling crowd of spirits, Luciana arrived at the boundary between the two worlds.
Hey, stop right there, young lady.
Those with ill intentions toward their loved ones are not allowed on the bridge, and the Death Goddess sensed something in Luciana.
Oh, I mean no harm. I just want to meet my parents. Please believe me.
The Death Goddess wanted to test Luciana's heart.
Bring me 3 items that evoke memories between you and your parents. Then I will believe in your sincerity. You must be quick, as the bridge will close soon.
Luciana remembered a place closely associated with her mother Ophelia. It was her grandmother's restaurant. Luciana reunited with a deceased chef who reminded her of Ophelia's famous tacos. But no one knew Ophelia's recipe except Luciana. She tried to recall the times her mother took her to the restaurant. Gradually, Luciana remembered how to make the famous dish. And she remembered the times when her parents argued over Ophelia devoting too much time to the restaurant. Finally, Luciana succeeded in making her mother's famous tacos. So, she had the first item. To meet the deadline of the Death Goddess, she hurried to the next place, the bullfighting arena. Mr. Sanchez, Luciana's father, was a skilled bullfighter. Luciana easily found her father's bullfighting cloth there. When alive, she used to come here often to watch her father perform. Mr. Sanchez always mesmerized the audience with his talent. And like Ophelia, he became too immersed in his work, gradually forgetting his family. Luciana just wanted to leave this place quickly, but little did she know. Entering the arena was easy, but leaving was not simple at all. She had to defeat the bull to take the cloth. At that moment, memories of her with her father rushed back. Deep in her heart, Luciana always admired her brave father. She recalled those graceful movements and successfully reenacted his legendary victory. There was still one last item, and Luciana had to hurry as time was running out. She had to return to her home because her grandfather held this item. Luciana needed her grandfather's guitar. When they were happy, the whole Luciana family used to sing along with the guitar. But since her parents started quarreling, everything changed. Luciana recounted everything and begged to take the guitar. Although her grandparents were hesitant, seeing the other 2 items made them feel that Luciana had changed.
Here it is. Don't do anything that will make us regret.
Grandfather, I know. I understand.
Luciana, with all her strength, ran to the bridge between the realms of the living and the dead. She arrived just in time and completed the challenge of the Reaper.
You can pass, but don't do anything that will make you regret.
The words were just like those of Luciana's grandparents. If she wasn't mistaken, her parents would be gathered around her grave, which she had never seen before. And that was indeed the case.
Mom! Dad!
The Death Goddess was not wrong.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, my child.
It's my fault. It's my fault.
There was something deeply unsettling in Luciana. The Luciana family was never happy. Her parents' quarrels happened continuously. During the previous festival, they had quarreled while driving a carriage. And it was their carelessness that caused the accident long ago. Luciana wanted to return to the living world to resent her parents. That was the evil intent that the Death Goddess mentioned. However, through the Death Goddess's challenge, the happy memories soothed Luciana's hatred. What Luciana needed to do was not to blame.
I forgive both of you.
Luciana freed her parents from their burden, and she freed herself from the pain of hatred. When she ascended to the living world, her grandparents were overjoyed to see their family back together as before. From then on, Mr. Sanchez gave up the bull ring and returned to managing the restaurant with his wife Ophelia. And at the Day of the Dead, the couple would reunite with their daughter Luciana, and they would be happy together as in the old days.
I am Diana. It had been nearly a year since the last time I got out of my room, and I can only live by with my little allowance. Because after many times of breaking up and being pranked by my colleagues, I don't have enough courage to go out there and contact with anyone. Only the comic books now can soothe my hurtful soul. I finished reading another story, the 100th or 200th story, something like that. I can't remember anymore. The author of this book really pissed me off. He made a character with my name become a villain, Princess Diana Astor. She had everything, except for the intelligence. She was foolish. She made it all the way to fight for a prince which didn't love her. Then she had to pay a dark price for it. If I were Diana... Wait, what? Is it blood? My head aches again. This condition of mine lasts for so long, but I don't even want to go out to the hospital. Princess? Princess, are you all right? What's happening? Where am I? Thank God the princess woke up! That stinky slave dared bump into you insolently! Please punish him hard! Why does she always call me princess? That background is so familiar. I probably saw it somewhere.
Princess Diana, are you all right? Please forgive me for not being able to control that insolent slave.
He just called me Princess Diana? Is there any way, by somehow, I went to the book and became Princess Diana Astor, the daughter of Count Astor, the wealthiest person in this kingdom? Great! Now I just have to enjoy that wealthy life and don't have to scare off anyone who will bully me. If you're all right, we just quickly come back and prepare for the tea party this afternoon? Right. Everything will start from this tea party. Diana will meet Prince Basil and fall in love with him, but he only loves her cousin Selena. No. It's really hard to have a wealthy life. I won't let it end up so soon like this. That if I don't meet him, the tragedy will never happen. Senia, bring all the gold in the vault here. All of the gold? But for what? Today I will go to charity. So, how about the tea party? I won't go there anymore. Right, about that servant. Buy him back and free him. Unbelievable, too much gold. Even if it's just half of a vault. I spent all day to give them away. But it's not over. And the Astor family still has 20 more vaults. Even I knew before about the wealth of Astor family. But I am still astonished when seeing that huge amount of gold.
Princess? The Count has just come here to see you.
What? Why does he come here? That circumstance wasn't mentioned in the comic book. Are there new things happening when I don't follow the storyline? Maybe he came here to blame me for not attending the tea party and even wasting the gold? What should I do now? Or I just admit first and plan later?
Diana!
My Count! My father! I'm sorry for not attending the tea party and wasting your money.
What did you just say?
I'm sorry for...
No, before that, what did you call me?
My father...
That's it. It's been so long since the last time you called me father, my good daughter.
And how about...
Oh, if you don't want, you don't need to go there. And when you gave away the gold for the citizen, you did a very good job. The fame of Astor family will be spread further, and it's good for our other businesses. You're really matured, Diana. Your mother in heaven will be proud of you.
Yes, father!
All right, it's also late. Get some rest, my daughter.
I forget that the Count really pampers Princess Diana. Maybe that's why she's so uncontrollable. If so, I can enjoy the life here comfortably. It has been nearly a year since I became a wealthy and powerful princess from an ordinary girl. For avoiding the prince who can make me, or Diana Astor to be exact, ruin her life, I have to make myself busy with many different works. Thanks to that, I can also make many important relationships and businesses, which are really helpful to Astor family. Now, I'm on the way back after attending a diplomatic party at the suburb area. I'm really eager to see the emotion of the Count when I have just brought him a couple of big contracts. What's wrong? Why do you stop? We haven't arrived yet. Who are you? What do you want to do? Who are those people? Why do they want to arrest me? Is this a kidnapping? Princess, they won't harm us, right? Rest assured, maybe they just need money. Hello, my noble cousin. Selena, why you? For a long time, I haven't fought anything with you. You are about to marry Prince Basil. What do you want from me? It's just because you don't fight for anything with me. Because you became a better person. So I have to do this terrible and evil thing. It's you who has to do those things, not me. Are you crazy, Selena? You really miss a day when you're nothing, right? Right. Although being born in Astor noble family, I'm just your shadow. I have no power in my hands. I just can show my weakness for being protected by others. You always fight for everything with me, but not for your need. It's just because you wanted to feel the victory. So I have to get married with a prince, so I will have a position for my own. I have been always worried that you would steal him from me. Luckily, you didn't intend to do that. I was really happy, and I wanted to thank you for that. But easy come, easy go. Recently, Prince Basil started to be cold to me. Instead of that, he's really interested in the good things you've done. He even wanted to cancel his marriage with me. So I need to make you disappear. Then the prince will love only me. You're foolish, Selena. If you harm me, the Count will never let you off. For what? You was accidentally harmed by the robbers. Meanwhile, I'm still ill and bedridden. You're so cunning. You prepared for this day, so you pretended to be sick. Enough talking. Goodbye, my beloved cousin. Just do it. What can it be? I tried everything just to have a peaceful life. Why do the life always be unfair with me like that?
Capture them all!
Princess, there's someone who came to rescue us! Right, capture them all! How dare they kidnap me and Princess Diana? Still have Selena, don't let her escape! Let's see how the Count will punish you all!
Princess Astor, are you alright?
Who are you? Why do you know me?
I'm Prince Galvin from the neighboring kingdom. Do you remember the slave that you saved from a year ago?
You are that slave? But how could everything be like that?
A year ago, I traveled everywhere to discover new things. Unluckily, I was robbed by bad guys. They even sold me to the traffickers. If that day you didn't save me, I'm afraid. Luckily, later when I was on my way to the city, I discovered and stopped their intentions.
Right. In the comic book, I remember that Diana that year punished that slave. Later on, when he was the prince again, he came back and punished Diana, along with Prince Basil. Fortunately, I felt pity and freed him that time. Then I can escape from this dangerous situation. Thank you for saving me, Prince.
I just returned you favor before. It looks like your hand has been wounded. Let me help.
Under the protection of Prince Galvin, I could come back home safely. I hand over Selena to Prince Basil as a favor for her. The prince might be gentle to her. If the Count knows it, a daughter maniac like him, I don't want to think about the consequences that she will have to suffer. Princess, it's not good. Huh? What makes you so panicked? I just heard that the prince had taken away the noble honor of Selena and sold her as a slave. No way! Quickly stop them. Don't let them sell Selena. I will go and see the prince to ask. In the end, what kind of person is Prince Basil? Isn't that he is a person who values relationships? Why could he be so cruel?
Oh, it's my pleasure to be visited by Princess Diana Astor.
How could you be so cruel? No matter what happened, Selena is a noble girl from Astor family. Are you trying to end up her life while making her become a slave?
I don't have any other choice. I just abide by the rules. But if you're warm-hearted like that, I will let you decide, okay? Stop talking about it. I have a more important thing to discuss with you. It's about our wedding.
What? Which wedding?
Sorry for not having the chance to tell you. Royal family and Astor family had an arranged engagement before, but you always avoided me just because of that. Selena had the chance to approach me, but I don't have any feeling with her. I just admire you, my beautiful and talented Princess Diana.
There will be no engagement here at all. I will never marry you. I have nothing to do here. Goodbye.
You make me feel hurtful, Princess Diana.
Huh? What do you want? Why do you block me?
Of course, I want to marry you, and I think you are not allowed to deny Diana.
What? A person looks exactly like me?
I didn't really want to do this, but rest assured, I just let her replace you until the wedding finish. Anyway, I prefer your real personality. Bring Princess Diana back to her room to get some rest. Remember to watch her out.
Unbelievable! What the hell is going on with this story? Is there any way that when there is no longer a main villain, the main characters also gradually change? My life from the real life to the book, why is it always bad? I tried to avoid everything. If so, this time I will try facing it! How stupid these guards are! Just a small trick and I could fool them! Let go of me! Let go of me!
Princess Diana, it's me, Galvin.
Prince Galvin, why are you here?
Later, I passed by to visit Count Astor by the way I asked him about you, and I knew that you had rushed to the palace. And when you're back, I saw you go with Prince Basil. That girl didn't look like she knew me, and she didn't have any wound on her hand, so I knew that's not you. Then I came here to see.
Basil wants to use that fake one to arrange the marriage between me and him. I don't know why he'd do that.
It's the gold of Astor family. The royal family budget had soon be wasted, so it would be drained soon, but no one knew it. Years ago, the king borrowed us a large amount of gold, and now it's time to pay back. This time, I come here for that.
So at first he aimed at Selena because he thought it would be easy to take advantage of her and get the gold. But Selena has no power in the family, so he determined to aim at me. We have to stop him quickly.
Lady?
What's up?
Lady, wake up! Can you hear me?
What's wrong? This is my room. Is there any way what I have just experienced is just a dream? But I feel that it was real.
You all right? Later, the delivery man discovered that you had been fainted, so I had to enter your room without permission.
Who are you?
Oh, I'm Galvin, a post-graduated doctor. I just moved here, staying next to your room.
Galvin? Book? Where is my comic book?
Hey, hold on, you haven't fully recovered?
Indeed, that's not a dream. The storyline has been changed. Basil was dethroned and punished. Astor Noble agreed to help the royal family overcome that difficult period. Princess Diana and Prince Galvin fell in love with each other. That's great!
What's wrong?
I've just realized that avoiding is never the best solution. Then I will go out there and face it. And Galvin, thank you so much. You really saved my life.
World filled with animosity, the 4 tribes of light, darkness, fire and water have been waging war against each other for centuries. No one knew exactly when, but demons in the form of lightning bolts began to appear in the lands of the 4 unicorn tribes, with the 4 legendary weapons, Flamebrand, Aqua Trident, Shadow Blade, and Luminous Bow. The unicorn tribes created a barrier to prevent the invasion of the demons. Despite the conflict among the 4 tribes, the unicorn princess Eclipse, Solar, Blaze, and Marina remained close friends since childhood. They often secretly met in a lush green valley, a place untouched by war, filled with the laughter of children and pure friendship. But one day, Eclipse's mother discovered this unworthy friendship and forbade her from seeing her friends again. When Eclipse turned 18, her mother revealed a shocking prophecy.
Eclipse, I need to discuss a matter of great importance with you. What is it? Shadowblade told me that the only way to rule the unicorn world is by combining the 4 legendary weapons into the elemental Nexus Blade. It is a sword so powerful that it can even banish demons and bestow immense strength upon its wielder. So you mean we need to acquire those legendary weapons? Yes, all your training and efforts have led to this moment. Bring pride to the Darkness Tribe.
Driven by her loyalty to the Darkness Tribe and the bonds of their past friendship, Eclipse decided to heed her mother's words. She was determined to obtain the weapons and become the most powerful being.
Oh, Eclipse, what are you doing here? I miss you so much. I miss you too, but listen, there's an urgent matter.
Solar's smile vanished upon hearing Eclipse's intention to acquire the weapons.
What nonsense! Your mother's prophecy might not be true. Besides, we have already the barrier formed by the 4 legendary weapons. There's nothing to fear.
But it seemed that Lola underestimated the danger of the demons.
Believe me. How audacious! You're just trying to cause trouble, aren't you?
In her anger, Solar chased after Eclipse vigorously. The power struggle between light and darkness remained evenly matched. Eclipse knew she wasn't capable of persuading Solar at that moment.
Look closely! The barrier can be destroyed at any time! I don't believe it, you traitor! Ah!
Eclipse found herself washed up in the land of the water unicorns. Luckily, Marina, the water unicorn princess, came to her rescue. Marina brought Eclipse back for treatment. She had been unconscious for 2 weeks, experiencing terrifying nightmares.
Marina? Take it easy, you're still very weak.
Water unicorns were known for their healing abilities and gentle nature. Hence, Marina couldn't bear to see her friend perish in the river that day.
It's not good. We don't have much time left.
As predicted by Eclipse, the barrier in the land of the water unicorns was weakening, and even a hole had been broken.
Give me a hand! As you can see, the demons are growing stronger, and the barrier is getting weaker. Then what should we do now? I'm on my way to acquire the weapons to combine them into the elemental Nexus Blade. With it, we can cleanse the world from the forces of darkness. Would you like to join me on this quest?
Trusting Eclipse's words, Marina agreed to join her. In this way, Eclipse successfully acquired the first weapon, the Aqua Trident. Together, they embarked on an adventure to the land of the fire unicorns.
Why are there so many monsters here? Blaze is very cautious when it comes to protecting our territory.
In a moment of danger, Marina and Eclipse combined their water and shadow energies, creating a powerful magic star.
You two, stay right there.
You have some nerve. How dare you come here to steal my weapon? Are you so smart but still fail to see the problem? Look beyond your own barrier. Enough talk. Solaf already told me everything. Watch this! Yeah! No! Blaze, calm down! That won't achieve anything. The demons grow stronger, and they will invade the land of fire at any moment. Who said your magic is feeble? I dare the demons to breach the fire tribe's barrier.
Unfortunately, the demons had indeed destroyed the barrier of the fire tribe, bringing great peril to their land.
Release us now! Whatever you're up to, I know how to deal with you.
Eclipse quickly unleashed her dark energy, covering the sky, temporarily blocking the demon's sight.
Now you see that? Will you join us in persuading Sola? I guess there's no other choice.
As expected by Eclipse, the flame-brand weapon was acquired. The three princesses returned to the land of the light unicorns. As soon as they arrived, a rain of light arrows suddenly fell upon them.
Eclipse, what trouble are you causing now? Sola, Eclipse is doing the right thing. My water barrier was almost shattered. That's right. The barrier of the fire tribe has also been destroyed. Trust me, together we will protect the unicorn world. Fine. It's true that the demons are strong, but You're just like us. The most important thing is to still bring peace to our tribes. I believe a true princess will know what the right decision is. All right then. Look, it is the elemental Nexus Blade. We did it! The demons have been expelled! Yes, the demons are banished, and from now on, this sword belongs to the Darkness Tribe. Eclipse, how dare you! I knew we shouldn't have trusted this little traitor! Give it back! Return the weapons to me! No! From now on, the Darkness Tribe will be the new truth! Oh! It's shattered!
Eclipse was overwhelmed as the demon rose stronger than ever before, swiftly attacking the Castle of Light, crushing all hope and faith. Eclipse, holding the largest fragment of the sword, remained unaffected by the lightning bolts.
Blaze! Marina! Are you satisfied now? The world will be engulfed in darkness as you wished. No! Sola!
Eclipse then walked into the darkness, feeling lost and helpless. The light had vanished from her life, replaced by soulless creatures devoid of consciousness. For the first time in her life, she felt profound loneliness. She could no longer speak with others or laugh with anyone. The joyful memories of her childhood flooded her mind once again. The four of them, simply being together like innocent children, represented her happiest moments in life. In the depths of despair, a flicker of hope ignited within Eclipse's heart. She realized that the desire for domination was a mistake. Life couldn't be complete without love and compassion.
This is the source of the demons.
Give up. You've already lost.
Who are you exactly? Why do you seek to bring calamity?
I was born from the animosity between the four unicorn tribes. I've been accumulating power, growing stronger day by day. I want to plunge the world back into a void of despair, where there is no pain, no war, and everything returns to nothingness.
Silence! I won't let you wreak havoc any longer!
Eclipse made a final desperate move. Even if it meant sacrificing herself, she was determined to bring life back to the unicorn world. The demons were permanently defeated, but Eclipse disappeared, leaving only the fallen sword behind.
I can't remember the last time I saw such a beautiful rainbow.
Eclipse was nowhere to be found, and everyone believed she had sacrificed herself to vanquish the demons.
Eclipse, where are you? It's all because of me that my daughter... I'm truly sorry, everyone.
At that moment, Sola heard her friend's cries coming from the fallen sword. It turned out that Eclipse's soul was trapped within it. United in forgiveness for Eclipse, they poured their energy into the shattered pieces of the sword. With the power of the four elements, the sword was restored, and Eclipse's soul was set free.
I was truly wrong. I'm sorry, everyone. I will do everything to make amends.
From then on, the unicorn tribes no longer competed but lived happily together. They took turns guarding the legendary sword at a sacred shrine. They understood that only by accepting and supporting each other...
Once upon a time, there was an era believed to be the golden age of pirates. Most of them shared a common goal. That was the One Piece treasure. Because there was a rumor that One Piece treasure was so grand that it could help its owner rule the world. The most famous pirate crew that time was known as the Straw Hat Pirates. The crew consisted of former infamous pirates who refused to bow to anyone, except for Gold Roger, their great captain. He had an only granddaughter named Nami. He wanted her to become strong so that one day she could take command of his ship. In contrast to his expectation, she was only interested in discovering the strange and mysterious creatures. One day, Gold Roger suddenly experienced a severe abdominal pain. Despite their efforts, the ship's conditions and the available medicine were not enough to cure him.
Now, our only hope is to bring the captain to the mainland for treatment.
Although very concerned about the ship, but he had no other choice, so he left Nami to take care of the ship during his absence. Just as he had thought, None of the crew members wanted to listen to Nami. They partied and indulged all day, refusing to train, even when she tried to advise them. Things kept going like that, and not a single crew member was sober enough to watch the ship. Even the helmsman was not an exception. Nami had to watch the ship herself while waiting for them to sober up. Suddenly, a pure and clear voice came from nowhere. Having not enough time to understand what was happening, the ship suddenly changed course and entered a foggy area. It's not good. Is that the voice of Sea Witch? That species used their singing to enchant men and make them jump off the ship so they could drain their life force. Nami had no choice but to use ropes to bind them all together. When she had tied up all the crew members, the ship suddenly collided with an underwater rock. The fog gradually cleared, and the creature called Sea Witch appeared right in front of her. Seeing that their singing hadn't worked anymore, they went into a frenzy and attacked the ship. There were too many of them, and Nami knew she couldn't fight them alone. She quickly cut the mainsail, and it fell, covering them all. Unable to escape from the heavy sail, they screamed loudly, creating a really powerful wave. Nami immediately took advantage of it to help the ship out of the underwater rock. The next morning, when waking up and seeing themselves being bound, the crew members were so angry.
Nami, did you play tricks on us? If you thought it would make us submit, you're totally wrong. The only reason we haven't thrown you overboard is because you're Gold Roger's granddaughter.
Nami, still feeling exhausted, didn't bother explaining anything to them. At that moment, the crew realized they had drifted to a strange island.
Let's get out and see what we found. Unbelievable! It's an island that hasn't appeared on the map. It's a new discovered island. Let's flip this island over. Quickly!
Hold on! We should be careful because... Ignoring what she said, they excitedly move on to discover the new island. They were greeted by a type of fruit that was extremely attractive and emitted a seductive fragrance. One crew member took the risk to taste a piece of it. After a while, nothing happened. Then they excitedly devoured the rest of the fruit. Suddenly, Nami realized something wrong with this kind of fruit. That kind of fruit? It looks very similar to the fruit of the flower nymph. Huh? No! Everyone stop eating them! However, it's too late. They all turned to look at her. Anyone who had eaten the fruit of the flower nymph was now under its control and being manipulated. Surprisingly, Kaido rushed there to help Nami. This left her greatly surprised, since Kaido was one of the people who had vehemently opposed her taking command. It turned out that Kaido had unintentionally noticed some strange scratches on the ship's side, and with years of experience dealing with sea creatures, he had a hunch that Nami had saved them from the Sea Witch.
What do you want me to do now?
Try to find a way to tie them and help me go get the antidote from the flower nymph's core. With his outstanding strength, Kaido just took a little time to control everyone. With her knowledge, Nami quickly found the hiding place of Flower Nymph. Without a puppeteer to control it, the Flower Nymph could only weakly resist, but its resistance was nothing compared to Kaido's strength. It was forced to give up the antidote flower. Wait, I think it still has some ambitions. These flower nymphs are very cunning, and they won't surrender that easily.
It's all right. She has nothing to resist with.
Then Kaido went there to obtain the antidote from the flower's nymph. Unexpectedly, the flower nymph struck with a sharp thorn, poisoning Kaido. He was gradually soaked in the toxic substance and subsequently fell completely under the control of the flower nymph. Nami's strength was insignificant against Kaido, and she was helplessly thrown aside. At that moment, she could do nothing more. She then felt immense regret for not listening to Gold Roger's advice to train herself. And then she couldn't protect her crew members. Surprisingly, Kaido stopped attacking Nami. Where did you get this knife? Give it back to me! Speak quickly. What did you do to Gold Roger? You know my grandfather? You are truly his granddaughter? No wonder you reminded me of him. Did he come with you? He's currently cured on the mainland. What happened between you and my grandfather? Many years ago, when Gold Roger was still a young and energetic man, he had accidentally gotten lost to this mysterious island. At that time, the flower nymph was still very weak and was often bullied by other creatures. It's Gold Roger who had helped her survive, earning her deep gratitude. Afterward, he left and entrusted her with the responsibility to protect something he referred to as a treasure. Treasure? Can you take me there to see it? Of course, because you're his granddaughter. Nami was astonished with what she could see, because that's One Piece, the treasure that all pirates sought. He soon found the One Piece long ago, but why didn't he take it and continue to embark on dangerous adventures? Nami suddenly noticed an empty chest. It's strange. Why is this chest empty? Perhaps you will give me a clear explanation. Nami then took the antidote and left. Of course, she still kept the One Piece a secret from her crew members until she heard an explanation from her grandfather. However, after several days, Gold Roger didn't return to the ship, but sent her a letter. It turned out that his true purpose as a pirate was to lead those who didn't become ruthless pirates towards a better path. Moreover, he had to protect the One Piece because he knew that if it fell into the wrong hands, it would lead to countless fierce disputes. Along with the letter, he gave Nami a magical sea map. It was one of the most precious items related to One Piece. This was a magical map that could accurately display the location of any living being in the sea. Having this map meant being able to travel to any destination with ease. With this chart, Gold Roger entrusted the Straw Hat Pirates to Nami. After all she had been through, Nami was now ready to become a true captain. From then on, Nami became the first pirate queen on the seas, carrying on her grandfather's ideals. Every time being deep into the sleep, we all have the chance to experience many of interesting dreams. However, sometimes we have a couple of nightmares, which reflect the fears deep inside each person. Most of us forget the dreams as if they never existed. But there are some rare people who still can remember all the dreams they had. People called them nightmare genius, the target of boogeyman, who survived by the fear of human. In a beautiful kingdom, there lived a beautiful princess named Savia. She especially spent her love and care for the poor children at the orphanage. Hello, princess. We've made you lose your time when coming here again. It's not a big deal. I want to visit these cute kids. Moreover, tomorrow is Halloween. I prepared some tricks and toys for them. Thank you so much for your kind heart. At that moment, Savia noticed a girl who sadly sat in a corner of the room. It's Jenna. She's just come here for a few days. She doesn't talk to anyone. At night, no matter how we advise, she refused to go to bed, just stared at the dark corner, like she's scared of something. Is there any way she's also like me before? She just remembered when she had been a child. She usually had nightmares and saw scary things from the dark corner. But since the day she had received a teddy bear from a strange woman, she didn't have nightmares anymore. When she grew older, she gradually forgot about that bear. Luckily, it was still in her drawer, and she gave it to Jenna with the hope that it could bring nice dreams to her. However, the next morning, Savia discovered that the teddy bear by somehow appeared right in front of her room with a wounded body. The bear suddenly moved, making the princess startled.
Don't worry, princess. I won't harm you.
Who are you actually? What do you intend to do? The bear told her everything. Turned out that the bear named Kenom, who was a grandson of a kind witch. She used to take him to the palace to help the king do some rituals. And to protect the princess from Boogeyman was one of the works. One time, when his grandma was fighting against the boogie, although being told before, Kenom still made a peek at them. Thus, the Boogeyman had a chance to escape, and he even calmed Kenom. To protect Kenom's soul, his grandma had to bring it into a teddy bear. And she gave all of her magic to Kenom, so she was not able to protect the princess anymore. From that moment, Kenom had to take the responsibility of protecting the princess's sleep every night. Thanks to that, she could mature peacefully. When Savia matured, Kenom thought that he could come back with her grandma, but she predicted that in the near future, he still had the mission to protect the princess, so he had to stay.
Being kept in a drawer for too long, my magic was weakened, so I was wounded after fighting against him.
Turned out you have been protecting me for the whole time, and I don't even know. Thank you so much. And how about Jenna?
Boogeyman took her away. Just go to my grandma's place. She will tell us what to do.
Following Kenom's instructions, the two went to his grandma's house. Knowing everything, his grandma soon prepared for it. She had worked on an amulet which could help Kenom turn back to human in a short time.
My magic can only work until midnight, so you two have to find him and prevent him before that time. This is the magic fire which can help you fight against the dark force.
But why he always choose to act on Halloween night?
Because this is the night for the ghosts, and it also means the dark power is strongest then.
But how can we find him now?
Rest assured, before he left, I quickly casted a navigation spell on his body.
Thanks to the magic map, they could see that he was going to the Sandman's place. He was the god who helped people fall into sleep. Why does he go there?
The nightmare genius all find it more difficult to fall into the sleep than normal person, so he needs to have more sleeping sand.
So we have to be quick! Although they moved really fast by the broomstick, but they were a little bit later. The Boogeyman had made the Sandman drunk and taken away his sandbag.
You're too slow, but now I have no time to play with you two. After this Halloween night, you all will live in my nightmares forever.
Then he let out dark shadows to attack them. Savia and Kenom had to struggle for a while to defeat all of the ferocious dark forces. When the last shadow was defeated, the magic fire on Savia's hand also ran out of its energy and went off. However, they couldn't step back at that moment. So, they took the risk and followed the Boogeyman to stop him, taking too much time to fight against the dark shadows. So when they reached the Boogeyman's place, he had successfully brought Jenna into a deep sleep. At that moment, her nightmares was also released. It wasn't the image in her dream anymore. The nightmares appeared right in front of their eyes. The nightmares started attacking them. Without the magic fire, they were badly injured. At that moment, the princess saw the sandbag, which Boogeyman still placed on the bed. Right, I'm also a dream genius. Why don't I use my dream to defeat her dream? Understanding Princess's intention, Kenom used the amulets to create a firm shield protecting Savia. She rushed to the bed, using sleeping sand to be in her dream. At that moment, Kenom used all of his magic to protect Savia. When Savia was deep into her sleep, an armed force immediately appeared, defeating all the dark forces. After a while, Jenna finally woke up, and the nightmare shadows was no longer existed. The boogeyman really angry when his plan had been broken totally. He rushed there to attack Kenom, making him badly injured. Right at that moment, the clock struck midnight. Halloween had arrived. Magic didn't work anymore. Kenom immediately turned back into a teddy bear. Only Savia and Jenna were shaking.
Savia, long time no see. It looks like even you're an adult, you're still a shy little lamb, right?
Her darkest memories turned back, making her body shake all the time.
Your fear is always a special flavor. Do you know it? Even you broke this precious chance of mine, but it's alright. This time no one can stop me. I will make you two immerse in fears, and the next Halloween, you two will be the ones who create my dark army, which is strong enough to make this world immerse in nightmares forever.
I'm not scared of you!
Oh, look at the shy rabbit trying to be strong. How pitiful you are.
That's right. We won't be scared of a man who has a weird appearance like you. You look exactly like the scarecrow at the field.
Huh? No one tells you that shaming others' appearance is impolite.
That's for human, but you're not human. You're just a scarecrow with a funny clown nose. And even a rainbow hair. No one will be scared of you, and the crow will even lay egg on your hair. They realized that Boogeyman will exist by the imagination of each person. Provided that they weren't scared, he wouldn't be able to harm anyone.
You all, stop! You have to be scared and not to make fun of me.
You also bring a fear that no one will be scared of you, right? Now you are nothing but a poor kid. And even a crying baby. Finally, the two girls together overcame their fears and defeated the boogeyman. However, at that moment, they realized that Kenom hadn't moved at all. Suddenly, the Sandman appeared right in front of them.
Oh my! How cute this kid is!
Kenom, he is not a kid, but a hero.
I mean, that kid. The kid shouldn't sleep late. Maybe I have to coax him a little bit for giving him a nice sleep.
He is an ambitious and evil boogeyman. Please defeat him.
He was born from the fear of human. If you want to defeat him, unless there is no fear on this world, it also means that if you have no fear, he can do nothing to you. Alright, I will bring you home and help that bear take back his appearance. But on one condition, you all have to keep the secret that my sandbag was taken away. I will be really embarrassed. Happy Halloween!
Immediately, everyone saw themselves stand in front of the orphanage. Kenom also turned into human like before. So another Halloween passed in peace and joy. Trick or treat!
Come on! Don't cry! Peekaboo! Look what I have! It's your favorite spider candy!
Forgiveness is a good thing, but forgiving betrayal is always a mistake. Everywhere was filled with joy at the wedding of Sophia and Cooper. She was the princess of the kingdom of the sea, never in love and only wanting to find a deserving person. And he was a talented prince, incredibly wealthy, sweet and polite.
Does anybody object to this marriage?
I object!
Things took a turn for the worse when Sophia's rival, the Princess of the Green Forest, appeared.
How dare you ruin my happiness, Grace? Today should have been my wedding, and Cooper should have been the groom.
Oh, my naive little girls. He had given them love, which made them willing to enter into marriage. They dreamed of a complete love, only to receive unforgettable humiliation.
You wretch! Were you the one spreading rumors to bring me here?
The overflowing emotions of passionate love and the pain of betrayal caused the two girls to react strongly. Why cry? Without me, there would be someone else. Because he was a deceitful prince, skilled at seduction and stealing the hearts of unsuspecting princesses. Subscribe to WOA Fairy Tale to follow the story. Avery worked as a server in a luxurious tavern. With her simple appearance and cold, indifferent nature, she seemed invisible to everyone. As she grew older, she became more indifferent, binding herself to a boring serving job. The tavern had a regular guest, Prince Cooper. Every month, he would bring a different princess to the tavern for a date. Avery despised Cooper because he reminded her of her father. Her father had abandoned her and her mother for another woman. Since then, she had lost faith in life and withdrawn into a dull life. Due to her deep hatred, Avery had tried many times to expose Cooper, but failed. But perhaps luck would come her way this time.
Do you know what he said to me? Without you, life has no meaning anymore. So marry me instead! Oh heavens, that wretched man!
Avery joined them and revealed Cooper's previous deceitful actions.
This is too much. We need someone who can make him suffer and experience the feeling of betrayal. But who? He has charmed almost every princess in the world. Not every princess yet.
Although Cooper had visited the tavern many times, he had never noticed Avery. To him, she was just a commoner, invisible. They would transform her into the ideal girlfriend and teach him a lesson.
For someone accustomed to getting everything he wants, Cooper will be impressed by an arrogant princess. Mysterious and acting submissive at the right moment. Remember!
The first encounter with Cooper happened at the tavern again. Sophia and Grace secretly gave Cooper a mysterious drink that made him behave foolishly. Do you know? You're so attractive.
You're insane!
What is this? Wait a minute. According to the plan, this was when Avery appeared, leaving Cooper stunned with just one glance. In the following days, Cooper sought to meet Avery continuously. Avery maintained an unpredictable attitude towards Cooper. Sometimes friendly and open, sometimes cold and icy, confusing him. He was going crazy because he had never made so much effort before. Come on, Avery. When will you agree to go on a date with me?
You? I don't know what's true anymore.
What do I have to do to prove my sincerity? I really mean it. Suddenly, a thief appeared, and Cooper immediately stood up to protect Avery. Avery pretended to be moved and accepted his 100th confession of love. The plan was on its way to perfect success. Avery and her accomplices laughed at Cooper's foolishness. However, things were not as easy as she thought. Cooper was overly sweet and genuinely caring. He actively learned about her interests and tenderly took care of her step by step. They spent many nights talking to each other. Avery kept reminding herself that it was all just a play, and he was still a villain.
Remember his true nature. Wake up!
On an unsuspecting night... Be careful, Avery!
Oh no, Cooper!
Avery caught him and helped treat his wounds. In this touching moment, a marriage proposal was just around the corner. Avery had prepared herself for a cheesy line he would say to countless other girls. But... Avery, I know I'm terrible, but for you, I will change. I want to be worthy of being by your side. Come on, let me show you this. Since childhood, I had been seriously ill and at risk of dying early. My mother made a deal with a demon to give me her remaining years in exchange for her revival. I couldn't bear it. Then sold my soul to the demon with the deal for my mother's revival. I swore to open the gates and bring the demon to the mortal world, using the broken hearts of the princesses as the main ingredient. I already have enough ingredients to complete the gateway, but I've decided not to open it anymore. Because now I love you! I want to live a redeemed life by your side forever!
Are these words true?
Avery began to feel conflicted about her revenge plan, and perhaps had developed some feelings for Cooper. She shared everything with Sophia and Grace.
Fantastic! This is evidence to put him in jail. And we'll attend his wedding wearing bridal gowns.
Cooper and Avery's wedding was splendid. The promiscuous prince finally found his life's destination. Sophia and Grace secretly blended into the wedding to witness the perfect ending of their play. Thank you for giving me the chance to change. Please let me love you for the rest of my life. Avery became more and more confused. If she continued to deceive him at this moment, she wouldn't be any better than him. She gritted her teeth and finally revealed the truth that everything was part of a revenge plan by the betrayed brides. Betrayed brides?
You will repent in prison!
Ironically, fate punished Cooper severely. The one he loved couldn't be with him, and she made him taste extreme agony.
Why cry?
Suddenly, the demon crashed the wedding and unleashed his fury. It turned out that one of the demon's minions had secretly observed Cooper and knew that he had abandoned his plan to open the gates of hell. Therefore, the minion brought the gateway to the wedding and completed it. The demon decided to punish Cooper. Grace and Sophia called upon mystical creatures from the ocean and the forest to join the battle. However, the darkened Cooper was too powerful, and they couldn't defeat him. Seeing the image of a corrupted Cooper in agony, Avery realized that she had indeed developed feelings for him.
I believe in you. Don't lose yourself.
This made him recall the moment when his mother passed away.
How do ye want me to become?
Become whoever you want, as long as you live with integrity and treat others kindly. That will always make me proud of you. Don't lose yourself, my child.
At this moment, Cooper saw his mother's image in Avery.
A sinful person like you deserves to go to hell with me!
No, Cooper!
But Cooper chose to atone for his mistakes. The shards of broken hearts scattered and returned to the deceived brides. There was one piece of a heart that he had given to the one he loved. After everything, Avery lived a positive and open life, ready to embrace love. Occasionally, she would remember Cooper and remind herself that true kindness could transform everything. She always had the choice to live a righteous life. Each of us harbors colorful emotional spirits within our minds. Notable among them are joy, sadness, anger, and disgust. They take turns controlling all the activities of the brain, helping us express our emotions outwardly. Subscribe to WOA Fairy Tale to follow the stories of these spirits. Audrey was a special princess. She didn't know how to show sadness. That's because the sadness spirit disappeared from Audrey's mind after the biggest event of her life. Audrey's mother passed away from a severe illness when Audrey was 16 years old.
Don't be sad anymore, Audrey. Be strong and always try to appear optimistic to protect Alice, my dear.
Audrey decided to change completely, never to be weak again. After this terrible event and the sudden departure of sadness, joy, the happy spirit, took control of Audrey's mind. She controlled everything and buried all the painful memories. Other emotional spirits like anger and disgust had little chance to influence Audrey. The princess became nothing but a shell of excessive happiness and optimism. Everyone thought she was peculiar. As the years passed, Audrey remained cheerful. She loved her little sister dearly. However,
Why do you always smile even when something bad happens? Are you crazy?
even when Alice fell or got sick, Audrey just stood there and smiled. As time went on, Audrey found it increasingly difficult to control her emotions. Everything turned for the worse, and one day she couldn't even force a smile anymore. She fell seriously ill and fell into a deep slumber. In her mind, the emotional spirits began to panic. They couldn't control her anymore. Alice, worried about her sister, sought out a healing wizard.
Audrey has lost the ability to control her emotions. She always had to pretend to be happy, so the other emotions were suppressed. And Audrey's sadness spirit has also disappeared. If she's not treated quickly, Audrey will lose consciousness and live in vegetative state.
Please help my sister, please!
The wizard then granted Alice temporary access to Audrey's mind. The girl needed to find sadness and save her sister before it was too late.
Is this the world inside Audrey's mind? It's terrifying! It's all your fault, Joy. Ugh. Exactly. You've been controlling our owner excessively. Calm down. Sadness caused this. She's the one who wanted to hurt our owner. Huh? Alice, what are you doing here? Leave. It's dangerous. This kid, always causing trouble.
Alice requested everyone's cooperation to find sadness. Only that could help Audrey.
I think we should try to find a place where Joy buried all the sad memories. That's pointless. Those memories may have been destroyed. Huh? Come on, Joy. Time is running out. We have to try everything.
With no other option, Joy had to leave everyone there.
I buried them here.
However, Joy had buried them too deep, and over the years, those sad memories had frozen.
Frozen now. Oh well, they can't be opened anymore. I have a way. Hey, Anger. Actually, I don't like Audrey at all. If she stays sick, I'll become the queen. What did you say?
The flames spread to the ice, melting it. Suddenly, the sad memories resurfaced. They entered into memories of all the precious and special moments, even the times when the two sisters argued and criticized each other. Even moments when Mum was seriously ill. Audrey cried her heart out beside her mother's bed.
I remember now. We used to have so many emotions like these, didn't we?
But Audrey had hidden them all, not wanting to appear weak.
Yes, the memories are all precious. But sadness touched them and tainted them with the blue of despair. I couldn't accept that, so I had a terrible fight with sadness, and that's why she left. You're really over the top!
The sudden outburst of sad memories sent everyone running after them.
Look, they're heading towards the Castle of Despair. Sadness must be hiding there!
But strange mosquito-like creatures began to appear and attack everyone.
Oh, I hate these anxiety mosquitoes!
Give up! No one can save your owner! Someone's lying! One of the spirits is a liar!
More and more mosquitoes swarmed in.
All right, everyone, let me handle this.
She scolded the mosquitoes one after another, making them fly away in fear. They searched everywhere, but couldn't find Sadness.
Ha ha ha, don't bother looking. I took Sadness away. What good about someone like her? Whenever Sadness controlled Audrey, our owners seemed to lose all vitality, only able to cry. I actively created hope, but Sadness would crush it with disappointment.
Joy kidnapped Sadness to fulfill her mother's wish. However, Sadness had created storms of clouds due to being imprisoned for too long. This was Joy's plan to keep everyone grounded and find a way to eliminate Sadness forever.
It's not going well. Come here quickly. Go, Alice! Save Sadness!
Alice clung to the swarm of mosquitoes, which carried her to where Joy and Sadness were.
It's over, Sadness! Fine. I'll do whatever you want. No! Get away quickly! Joy, isn't this the wrong way to save Audrey?
But Joy was stubborn and wouldn't listen. Alice felt helpless and could do nothing but cry like a child. Until now, she had always been protected by her sister. Her sister had sacrificed so much for Alice, but even in the final moments, she couldn't protect her.
Oh, Alice!
Both of them shared their sadness, helping each other relive the pain. Thanks to that, Alice gradually regained her composure. Alice expressed her most sincere gratitude, a thank you she wanted to convey to Audrey. Joy realized her mistake and was crestfallen. Only Sadness could truly understand and empathize with Audrey's and Alice's sadness. Every emotion, including sadness, had its own value. To mature, Audrey had to learn to face her own emotions.
I understand now. I'm truly sorry, Sadness.
The unnecessary conflicts were resolved. Now, all the emotional spirits joined forces to drive away the dark clouds. They understood that they needed to harmonize their emotions and accept sadness as an essential part of life. Alice successfully helped her sister overcome the emotional crisis.
Thank you, Alice.
It's okay, sis. I'm here now. From now on, let me take care of you.
From then on, the two sisters always shared everything and stayed by each other's side for the rest of their lives.
In a glamorous palace at Madara Kingdom, there lived a prince named Philip. He was well known for his bright and handsome appearance. The girls who met Philip were all enchanted by his charm.
Oh, how handsome Prince Philip is! I wish I could be his wife.
Druidess, the most wicked witch in the area, was not an exception. She continuously appeared by his side, sweet-talking and trying to lure the prince.
If you agree to be my husband, I will grant you ultimate power that no one can match.
Stay away from me. Don't waste your time. I have no feelings for you. After being rejected, the witch was extremely angry, but she couldn't harm the prince because she truly loved his handsome face. Near the palace, there lived a girl named Louise. She was the most beautiful girl in the village. Everyone had to be in awe of her beauty. Her husband was Adam, but he was chronically ill, which made Louise's life filled with worry and anxiety. She found all the possible ways to cure him, but Adam's illness got worse and worse. He was gradually weaker. In the most desperate moment, not knowing how to save Adam, the witch Druidess appeared and gave her a deal.
I will cure your husband immediately, but in return, you must give me your beauty. How about that, beautiful girl?
Although hesitant, Louise reluctantly accepted this deal because it was the only way to save her husband now.
I agree. Please help my husband. He won't be able to stand it much longer.
The witch smiled cunningly and took Louise's beauty away, turning her into an ugly girl. Blemishes appeared on her face, which even made everyone horrified while looking at her. After obtaining Louise's exquisite beauty, the witch joyfully gave her a magical potion and then quickly left. Louise hurriedly gave the potion to her husband, and to her astonishment, he woke up completely healthy. Overwhelmed by emotion, Louise rushed to hug Adam. However, to her surprise, Adam irritatedly pushed her away. Who are you?
I'm your wife, Louise?
No, my wife can't be as ugly as you are. Quickly go away. Louise was astonished. She couldn't believe her ears. Go away immediately and never appear in front of me. Meanwhile, Druidess Witch, after having a new appearance, she immediately went to find the prince with the hope that she could be able to seduce him.
Now I have this supreme beauty. Will you marry me?
Never. Give up that intention. Being constantly rejected by the prince, the witch was so angry that she lost control of her power, accidentally injuring him.
Oh no, my handsome face. Luckily, he's still all right.
The prince was so frightened, then he immediately ran away from the palace. Being exhausted, he fainted by a nearby stream. About Louise, after being chased away, she had to live temporarily in a cave near the stream. Looking at herself in the water, Louise became even more self-conscious.
With this ugly face, how could Adam dare to come near me?
Suddenly, from a distance, she saw the handsome Prince Philip, who was famous throughout the kingdom, drifting along the stream. Without hesitation, she rescued the prince and brought him to her place. She carefully took care of the prince there. Looking at the prince, she remembered her husband, Adam, and it made her heart ache even more. Surprisingly, the prince woke up, and Louise joyfully raised him up. Why am I here?
I saw you drifting in that stream, so I brought you here.
Thank you so much for saving me. You are truly a kind-hearted girl. Since his health hadn't fully recovered, the prince had to stay in the cave with Louise until he recovered. After several days of being together, Philip felt that Louise was an incredibly kind girl, and he gradually had feelings for her. Getting to know Louise's story, he felt even more sympathetic and wanted to cover her. Would you like to be by my side? We can be together and take care of each other for the rest of our lives. Louise was surprised by the prince's feelings, but she firmly rejected, as her heart remained loyal to her husband, Adam.
Thank you for your sincerity, but I can never betray my husband.
Although he was very sad, the prince wanted the one he loved to be happy, so he thought of a way to help her. He took Louise back to the palace, had her dressed up, and had her hair and makeup done, making her look more beautiful than ever. Louise thanked the prince and hurriedly left the palace, went back to find Adam. Prince Philip watched her go, feeling sad, and silently wished her happiness. With her beautiful appearance, Louise met Adam and made him really surprised. Wow, Louise, my beautiful wife, you're back? I missed you so much. Suddenly, a heavy rain fell, washing away the makeup on Louise's face. Adam was really shocked while seeing the blemishes on Louise's face reappear. He changed his expression and scornfully mocked Louise. Are you trying to deceive me?
No, it's not what you think.
But Adam refused to listen, continuously ridiculed her, and chased her away once again. She left with sorrow. Little did Louise know that Prince Philip had been following and observing everything. Seeing her suffer because of Adam, he was even more hurtful. Suddenly, a woman approached the prince.
Well, it's a pity. If that girl had the rainbow flower from the top of Annapurna Mountain, she wouldn't have been rejected like that.
What are you saying? Explain it clearly.
Sir, on the faraway peak of Annapurna Mountain, there is a mysterious rainbow flower. Whoever possesses that flower will become incredibly beautiful. But that flower is not easily picked. Only those with high nobility can touch it.
After knowing that, for the one he loved, Philip immediately set off. The way to Annapurna Peak was really challenging and dangerous. The prince had to pass through the hottest area, following by an icy and bone-chilling path. After reaching the treacherous peak of Annapurna Mountain, finally he found the rainbow flower. Having obtained the flower, the prince hurriedly returned to give it to Louise.
Why are you here?
As the prince placed the flower in Louise's hair, a radiant glow emitted from her body, and her beautiful face also returned. Louise quickly went back to find Adam without noticing the prince now had a blemish on his face, just like hers. Louise stood before Adam, looking breathtakingly beautiful. Strangely, Adam burst into laughter and turned into the Wicked Witch.
You are all fools.
She stole the flower from Louise's hair and placed it in her own. She immediately became beautiful. Turned out, the power to steal the beauty of ordinary people only had a temporary effect on the witch. Only the rainbow flower could grant her eternal beauty. And the rainbow flower could only be picked by those with pure heart. So, she had planned to deceive the prince to take it for her.
Adam, my husband, where is he? What have you done to him? Are you still thinking for that worthless man? All he wanted was your beautiful face. A little seduction and he easily fell into my trap, giving me his face. He probably won't dare to come back with that ugly face anymore. You are so foolish to believe that he truly loved you. True love was right in front of you, but you couldn't see it. You and Philip are both foolish.
At that moment, Louise hurtfully realized it all. Because of her blind and loyal love with Adam, she hadn't been able to feel the love of Philip for her. Then, the malice witch used all of her hatred and magic power to finish Louise. Prince Philip rushed in from nowhere to cover her.
What are you doing? Why protect someone who doesn't love you? I've done everything, but you always rejected me.
A dangerous and cunning person like you will never deserve love. No matter how beautiful your face may become, you're still a wicked person who makes others feel dreadful.
All right, then you two can love each other in hell.
Then she cast a spell to finish them. However, the rainbow flower was suddenly darkened. It turned out that the flower contained a magic that only worked on those of pure heart. For those with evil intentions, it had the opposite effect. Under the power of the flower, the Wicked Witch completely vanished into dust, to the astonishment of Louise and Philip. In the end, Louise was deeply moved by Philip's sincere love. Once again, Philip proposed to Louise, kneeling down to ask for her hand. I'm no longer the handsome prince, but I still love you with all my heart. Will you be with me for the rest of our lives?
Yes, I agree. Sorry and thank you for everything.
In the realm of precious gemstones, the diamond lineage stood as the mightiest.
They were magnificent gemstones, radiating a luminous beauty and possessing an unparalleled durability. Alas, a volcanic cataclysm a century passed. King Yellow Diamond and Queen Red Diamond gave their all to forge an unyielding diamond barrier. With their departure, they left behind two unfortunate daughters, Sparkle and Pink Diamond. Sparkle, the youngest, had reached maturity, yet she remained a raw diamond, bearing a prominent crack from the calamity long ago. This flaw afflicted her with profound self-consciousness and a sense of estrangement. In contrast to Sparkle, her elder sister Pink Diamond epitomized both beauty and authority in the kingdom. She ascended the throne, succeeding her parents, and ruled over the gem realms for ages. Pink Diamond was demanding on Sparkle, believing the crack restrained her potential.
Sparkle, hasten to the fiery forge for training. Transform into a diamond to erase that blemish, the lineage's bane.
Sister, you're truly overbearing!
Despite relentless effort, success eluded her no matter how hard she tried. The tale began one day when Sparkle stumbled upon an ancient tome.
Could a very volcano sealed by our parents possess true magic? A magic that could mend a scar on my face?
With excitement, Sparkle shared her discovery with Pink Diamond.
No, that place is treacherous. Many have perished due to the creature residing there.
But Sparkle's desire to prove herself and forge her own path propelled her forward. So that very night, she journeyed to the volcano's peak, accompanied by Emerald and Sapphire. They too were gemstones marked by imperfections, which had led to their isolation. They found a way to manipulate the Diamond Soldiers.
But if we don't, we'll forever be the ones looked down upon. But if we don't, we'll forever be the ones looked down upon. Fear not, Sparkle. The volcano has slumbered undisturbed for ages. There's no reason for it to erupt now. Indeed, all we need to do is go there, mend our bodies' cracks, then return to restore the original diamond barrier.
Having deliberated, Emerald, Sapphire and Sparkle pooled their strengths, drawing energy from the moonlight to conjure a resounding explosion.
Huh?
Oh.
Huh?
What is this?
It must be the doing of those nefarious trio. Calm down, everyone.
Alone, she couldn't mend this barrier, for it had been built by her parents, and it required a great deal of magic to rebuild.
Soldiers, protect the barrier. I will seek out the other three.
Oh?
Emerald, Sapphire and Sparkle journeyed through the night to reach the fiery mountain.
Huh? Emerald, Sapphire, help me secure the rope. I will plunge into the fiery mountain.
Huh?
Here, she beheld a slumbering beast, pressed beneath colossal boulders. Sparkle kept swaying gracefully on the delicate thread. It made Emerald and Sapphire struggle tirelessly to keep her suspended high above. Regrettably, Sparkle brushed against jagged rocks, inadvertently releasing the monster and awakening it from slumber. The lava also awaited its moment to erupt. Emerald and Sapphire were pulled down by the thread along with Sparkle. All three bore visible scars and wounds. The temperature continued to rise, and if they stayed too long, they would melt away. The monster lunged to attack, and Pink Diamond appeared and conjured a giant shield.
Why didn't you listen to me and ventured into danger on your own? Did you know that both our parents sacrificed themselves to build the barrier against lava? Have you ever been rejected or pushed away, sister, so that you could understand how I feel? You've always made me feel unworthy of being a member of the Diamond family, always self-conscious about my flaws. Once I repair this imperfection, I'll have the potential to cultivate into a diamond. I want you to be proud of me. Is that wrong?
The monstrous creature swung its shield, charging forward and prepared to breathe fire at Pink Diamond.
Sparkle!
However, the monster was unharmed and suddenly soared high into the sky, leaving the volcanic mountain and heading toward the village. The lava had already risen quite high. This volcano could erupt at any moment. Behind them, waves of lava were rushing into the kingdom fiercely. Emerald and Sapphire, along with other gemstones, temporarily built a wall to cover the hole. Meanwhile, Pink Diamond tried to contain the monster's rampage. Meanwhile, Pink Diamond tried to contain the monster's rampage. The stone mask on the creature's head fell off, revealing a crack.
Release the innocent ones!
Release them. It's all your fault that I became like this.
100 years ago, that creature was Quartz, a rainbow quartz living in the Gemstone Kingdom. However, an accident left him with a scar on his face. The people of that time drove him away, including the king and queen. They all believed he would bring shame to this kingdom. Quartz went to the volcanic mountain to repair the scar on his face, but his actions unintentionally led to the volcano's eruption, and he became trapped under massive boulders. Rainbow Quartz remained there for months, and his resentment grew, slowly transforming him into a monster. Quartz merged with the volcanic mountain and gained control over it. Quartz believed that the Gemstone people only cared about appearances. So he raised the lava higher, wanting to wipe them all out. Pink Diamond realized the truth, and she looked at him and her entire people with sorrow. Just then, Sparkle soared in like a divine being. But she had transformed into a new entity, a rainbow diamond unlike any before.
Sparkle, you're still alive! When I fell into the lava, I endured a lot of pain and extreme heat. But it was the scar on my face that absorbed all the lava's power and unlocked the powerful rainbow diamond form. Never hide your imperfections, for they do not make us weaker, but stronger.
The Gemstone people looked at each other in confusion. They reluctantly apologized to Sparkle and also removed the adhesive bandages on themselves, revealing that they too had numerous scratches just like him. After that accident, not a single Gemstone citizen in the kingdom was without flaws. But they all chose to hide their scars with adhesive bandages, fearing they would be looked down upon. But thanks to Sparkle, they realized their mistake and rushed to embrace the creature, spreading love to him.
We're sorry.
Touched by everyone's love, the monster's body cracked open. The man abandoned his monstrous form to return to his original rainbow quartz self.
I'm sorry. I used to endure harsh expectations from my parents, which is why I placed a heavy burden on you.
Both sisters understood each other's hearts. From then on, the Gemstone Kingdom no longer discriminated against external flaws. They welcomed Rainbow Quartz back into the kingdom. Sparkle and Pink Diamond became queens and created an egalitarian society. Everyone lived happily together.
The story ends here today.
How were the children brought into the world? In the land of magical fairies, there existed an annual festival. Families who wished for children would come to the sacred tree on this day, and there they would collect eggs to care for at home. This year, even the king and queen took part as one of the participating couples. Hundreds of colourful eggs overflowed, stirring their hearts with excitement. The queen's gaze, however, was fixated on a single plain egg. seemingly forgotten in a distant corner. The solitude of this egg touched the hearts of the Queen and the King. They decided to choose it.
Have you decided to choose this little one?
Let's go home together.
Without any alteration, just 3 months later, they would have a beautiful white butterfly princess or prince. What would this butterfly's appearance be like? Subscribe now to WOA Fairy Tales to find out. However, what the royal family didn't anticipate was that from that egg, a spider fairy emerged instead of a butterfly.
Father? Mother?
After overcoming their initial shock, the King and Queen still chose to love her spider daughter.
Oh, little Nomi, no matter what you are, we will always love you.
But Nomi's grandmother held a different view, being demanding and valuing royalty above all else. She did not show any affection towards her. Living amidst a beautiful swarm of butterflies, despite her parents' constant efforts to comfort her, Nomi, an outsider, still experienced moments of loneliness. As time passed, the love of the King and Queen had to be shared with another child on the next child-receiving day. This time, the King and Queen had a true beautiful fairy, Adela, Nomi's younger sister. Unlike the gentle and timid Nomi, Adela was mischievous and full of energy. Adela even joined in the teasing of her older sister, echoing the rumors she heard.
Adela, you shouldn't behave like that. Children teasing each other. What harm does it bring? Don't make our beautiful Adela afraid.
As the years passed, the two children grew. Their contrasting personalities became more apparent.
Truly my granddaughter. If only your older sister had half of your liveliness, it would ease my heart.
If I mimic Adela, will my parents and grandmother love me as they love her?
Yet, this possibility seemed far-fetched, as Adela would immediately shy away in embarrassment whenever Nomi attempted to befriend her. This led to an unintentional incident, where Nomi's attempt to mimic Adela became a subject of laughter among their peers. Despite this, Nomi still loved and admired Adela. Once, Nomi forgot herself and instinctively to catch Adela before she fell during a performance.
It's spider silk! Princess Nomi shot out spider silk!
Since then, Nomi became an outcast among the fairies, avoided by all. Naturally introverted, Nomi withdrew even further. Yet, this gave her the freedom to be herself without pretense. During her lonely days, Nomi discovered her love for sewing. From then on, Nomi's designs grew in fame, spanning from dresses to silk and accessories. Even Adela couldn't deny her sister's talent.
Unbelievable! This spider fairy creates such beautiful dresses.
Exactly! If she weren't a spider, she could have played with us!
Their admiration was directed at Nomi's creations, not her as a person. One day, the fairy butterfly clan welcomed a special guest.
I mean no harm. I am Nomi's mother.
Lies! How could you have lost her? Nomi's our daughter, the butterfly princess.
I didn't mean for this to happen. It's my fault. I accidentally lost her that year. For all these years, I've been tormented, losing sleep and appetite, hoping to find her again.
Regardless, the truth is that Nomi has become a butterfly princess. With the tensions between our clans, it's better for you to leave.
But was she ever happy here? Or was she just an outsider to you?
Dear parents, she's right. I'm not a butterfly fairy. I better leave.
And so, with Nomi's decision, after the Grand Spring Festival, she would return to the land of the spiders with her birth mother. During her final days among the butterfly clan, Nomi felt the love and care from everyone. Even her grandmother, who had always disliked her as an outsider, seemed somewhat less cold towards her. Until a horrifying event shook their world. Overnight, all the spring blossoms that the butterfly clan had nurtured were destroyed.
The spider did this.
No, it wasn't me! Father, Mother, please believe me!
That's right. There must be a misunderstanding.
However, Nomi couldn't defend herself when a fairy stood up and accused her of sneaky actions the previous night.
Please, let me help everyone fix the consequences.
Don't make matters more complicated.
Alone that night, Nomi burst into tears. Nomi, however, couldn't explain that she had secretly met her mother that night. Her mother was the Spider Queen. If she revealed herself without permission, a war between the clans would break out. Then, a letter from her mother arrived, outlining a plan to clear Nomi's name by shifting the blame onto Adela, the proud fairy who had bullied her. The day of the final festival arrived. Adela insisted on wearing the dress Nomi had prepared for her performance. Spider Queen chuckled as her plan was near completion.
Well done, my dear. Just wait until she starts singing. My rain-making army will activate. The dress woven from unique silk will get wet, releasing toxic fumes that will destroy everything, right?
Well, what?
The raindrops simply caused Adela's dress to emanate a radiant rainbow glow, attracting bees that helped the flowers bloom.
Spring has come! It's all thanks to Nomi's hard work.
Nomi had never followed her mother's plan. That night, Adela had come to her room and confessed her trust in her sister. Adela had always been grateful to Nomi for saving her, but hadn't expressed it due to her own insecurities. They devised a plan together to thwart the Spider Queen while ensuring the festival's success.
How dare you! I'm your real mother!
At the times when I needed you most, where were you? I figured it all out. You're just using me. But the butterfly family always cared for me, even though it wasn't always easy.
Would you like to visit Nomi? Take this with you. It's Nomi's favorite food.
Indeed, Nomi remained a cherished member of the butterfly clan.
What's wrong being a spider? She's kind and much better than all of you. Give that back.
Perhaps I should have thrown you into the butterfly clan, you useless.
Realizing she could no longer depend on Nomi, the Spider Queen gave signal and revealed her true intent army. Nomi also firmly assisted her parents in defending against the spider swarm. In the face of danger, the butterfly parents stood by Nomi's side. Even in the sneak attack of the Spider Queen, Adela was knocked down while trying to save her sister.
Sister, I'm sorry. I'm glad to be your sister.
The villain was punished, and though Princess Adela couldn't witness it, her body didn't dissolve but transformed into a beautiful rainbow egg. Nomi, with the help of a rainbow dress she wove, had shielded Adela's soul from the spider's venom, enabling her resurrection.
Let's go home together.
In the days leading up to Adela's return, Nomi was welcomed and embraced as a savior by the butterfly clan. Using her powers, she not only crafted countless beautiful dresses, but also enhanced the productivity of the butterfly community. And so, a happily ever after ending was woven into their lives.
When a star fell from the sky, a wish would become reality. Wishes brought smiles of happiness, and they also brought wondrous magic. Yet at times, they could also bring tears. The magical night sky was the home of mystical creatures and the abode of Stell, the sky mermaid. Stell had a dear friend, a little star named Lumine. Little Lumine wished to descend to the mortal world to grant wishes to people. However, Stell didn't want that. If a star grants wishes to humanity, that star will fade away.
It's all right, Stell. Come with me.
Despite her worries, Stell agreed to accompany her friend. So Lumine and Stell secretly left the realm of the night sky and descended to the mortal world. To find out what would happen to Stell and Lumine, stay tuned and subscribe to WOA Fairy Tales. Lumine showed Stell the marvelous things a wish could create. A plain girl turning beautiful. A tone-deaf boy gifted with a sweet voice.
Ouch!
Even if I disappear, I'll be happy for bringing joy to others.
To bring wishes to the mortal world, little star Lumine had to participate in the Falling Star Festival. People released paper boats, creating a path of light before Lumine. As long as little star Lumine followed this path, you can never return to the realm of the night sky. This saddened Stell, but she suppressed her unhappiness and bid farewell to her friend with a radiant smile.
Goodbye, Stell. I'm leaving.
The first person who saw little Lumine was a poor king living in a dilapidated castle.
You look miserable. Do you want to make a wish?
I wish for more power.
The little star Lumine hesitated a little, but eventually granted the king's wish. Little Lumine was still naive, not understanding the curse of ambition. The once powerless king, now greedy, invaded neighboring lands, plunging the mortal world into chaos. Seeing the horrifying scenes in the mortal realm from the night sky, Stell was frightened. She sought her mother, the moon goddess, asking her to preserve all the little stars. I don't want the little stars to grant wishes to humans anymore. If you wish that, Stell, you must descend to the mortal world and find 3 tears, one from a repentant soul, one from a hopeless romantic, and one from a clown. Only with these 3 earthly tears can we hide the little stars away. Stell immediately accepted the task assigned by the moon goddess. In the mortal realm, she quickly found the first tear. A clown crying for those lost in the war. Stell gently turned the clown's sad tear into a gem. Nearby, Stell and the clown found the spirit of a young girl who yearned to reunite with her hopeless romantic. Feeling compassion for the girl's fate, Stell agreed to help her find the romantic lover. With Stell's help, the hopeless romantic and the young girl reunited, and Stell obtained a tear of happiness. The romantic lover directed Stell to the last tear. Following the direction, Stell found the ruthless king. Inside a room filled with treasures, but devoid of anyone, Stell found the ruthless king in tears. The king's friends had perished in the war he had instigated, leaving him to mourn his lonely fate. Returning to the realm of the night sky, Stell handed the moon goddess the 3 tears. The moon goddess collected the tears and used her magic to create a vast garden. If you continue to grant wishes freely, malevolent forces will exploit your goodwill. I believe the creatures of the night sky should not meddle in the lives of humans on the ground. Hearing their convincing words, the little stars reluctantly entered the star garden. From that day on, the night sky no longer held stars, and wishes no longer came true.
I wish never to be separated from you.
No! I wish for a prosperous day of sales. Why is it like this?
I wish for my mother's recovery. Inside the star garden, the little star friends felt anxious, restless. They found it uncomfortable being confined within the star garden, unable to help anyone or do anything of use. The little stars couldn't escape either, because Stell always kept a watchful eye on them.
Stell, please release us!
Yeah, my friend Stell, let us go! I'm only thinking of your well-being. I don't want your wishes to become meaningless.
But if no wishes come true, our existence is also meaningless. How can I change Stell's mind now? Ah, I've got it. Stell, if you had one wish, what would it be?
Stell hesitated. Right now, images of the little star Lumine raced through her mind. Stell truly wished to be reunited with her dearest friend. But there are no wishes for those who live in the night sky. Little star Aether observed discreetly. Only when he was sure Stell had fallen asleep did he sneak out of the star garden. Aether found the clown, the hopeless romantic, and the lonely king, and shared Stell and Lumine's story with them. Then they decided to help Aether convince Stell. The cloud gathered his balloons into a large cluster, and the hopeless romantic and the king held on to the clown. Following Aether's guidance, they ascended to the realm of the night sky. The moon goddess was waiting, leading the three men into the star garden. However, Stell quickly chased them away. Leave here now!
Stell, please listen to us!
Especially you! It's all because of you!
Stell, please listen to their pleas.
Stell hesitated. She didn't want to confront the one who made Lumine disappear.
Stell, I apologize!
It's too late. You can't change anything.
But you can. You've brought happiness to me.
Why should I help you again?
I wish for a world filled with laughter.
I wish for a world brimming with love.
The lonely king pondered for a moment. He didn't want to make another mistake. After thoughtful consideration, he knew what he had to do.
I wish for a world where no one has to be apart from their loved ones.
Stell was completely surprised. It was the first time a resident of the night sky had received a star from those on Earth.
Even if I disappear, I'll be happy for bringing joy to others.
Sky Mermaid Stell made her final decision. Now everyone was waiting for Stell. Would she continue to confine all the stars in the night sky, or would she set them free? Stell handed over the key to the star garden to the moon goddess. Her decision delighted the moon goddess, who used her magic to make the star garden disappear. This brought immense joy to everyone. The residents of the night sky celebrated with a falling star festival. This time, people from the mortal world also joined in the festivities. Once again, the path of falling stars was open. Never before had there been such a grand falling star festival. Under the mortal realm, people witnessed a spectacular meteor shower for the first time. It was a magical night where everyone made their wishes, except for Stell.
Hey, Stell!
This time, the wish of the lonely king brought back Stell's dearest friend, little star Lumine. From now on, Lumine and Stella would never be apart again. 500 years ago, there was a fairy world where extraordinary creatures like fairies, monsters, and little witches lived peacefully together. There lived beautiful butterfly fairy named Galaxia, belonging to the noblest Alan lineage of the land. She possessed a pair of vibrant and splendid butterfly wings, along with a magical ability to control clouds and winds at her will. She was the only butterfly fairy in that world with such powers. Galaxia was the only daughter of the Butterfly King, who ruled the kingdom, and she was really pampered by her father. Not far away from there, in the land of Balan, there was a horse prince named Harold, living in an empire where the horse-human race was the only esteemed lineage. He had horse ears that could hear sounds from miles away, serving as a weapon to determine the direction of invading enemies. His exceptional hearing had helped him win many battles on the battlefield, earning admiration from his people. Harold was also the only prince of the horse-human emperor, destined to inherit and rule the empire, making him the pride of the Balan emperor. Galaxia and Harold met during a diplomatic gathering between different nations, aiming to promote cooperation and peace. At that time, Galaxia grew bored with the parties filled with discussions of high-ranking positions, so she disguised herself as a celestial butterfly and flew away from the event. Unexpectedly, Galaxia was attacked by a fierce scorpion, causing her injury. Just as she was about to face death, the talented Prince Harold appeared in time to rescue her. That meeting sparked an immediate attraction, and they began talking with each other. They discovered they shared many common things, both being the only princess and prince of their respective lineages, resulting in loneliness as nobody dared to befriend them.
Beautiful Galaxia! Thank you for appearing in my life!
It seemed like a love story that would garner much support, but things took an unexpected turn. Their love was not accepted by their families. The Butterfly King harbored hatred for the horse-human race, as they had previously invaded and devastated his kingdom. The horse-human emperor looked down upon magical creatures, blaming them for resisting and weakening the empire of the horse-human race. Their families forbade their children from interacting, threatening war if Galaxia and Harold didn't comply. Father, please accept our love. Harold is the only one I truly love. The Butterfly King, angered by his beloved daughter's defiance, locked Galaxia in her room. Unwilling to give up on their love, Galaxia and Harold decided to secretly escape from their families. They sought out a spider witch capable of time travel through the threads she wove with her magical silk. Galaxia and Harold expressed a desire to understand why their families harbored such hatred. The witch agreed to help them, using her spider silk to project images of 500 years ago. A dense forest appeared, depicting a life where magical creatures and the horse-human race coexisted differently from the present. Butterfly fairies couldn't fly to the sky, but could hop on beautiful flowers, relying on dandelion stems as makeshift wings. In the past, all butterfly fairies could control the wind, but over the years, only Galaxia retained this ability. Could it be that they had been cursed, causing the butterfly lineage to lose their inherent abilities? As for the horse-human race, they had sharp ears and could run as fast as the wind, jumping high like birds. They were brave warriors, always ready to fight against any invaders of their territory. They were also hot-tempered and rough, often arguing and fighting over trivial matters. Nevertheless, they still possessed a soul that yearned for a peaceful life. As Galaxia and Harold delved deeper into their respective lineages, they struggled to understand why their families held such animosity. It turned out that 500 years ago, The Butterfly King and the Horse-Human Emperor were close friends who fought against a formidable enemy, a giant dragon. Although people believed the dragon had been completely destroyed, it was still alive. The dragon used shape-shifting magic to become the Horse-Human Emperor, approached the Butterfly King, and harmed him, imparting a dangerous toxin. That toxin turned the Butterfly King ferocious and malicious, breeding hatred for the horse-human race, whom he believed had betrayed him. With a relentless desire to annihilate all lineages, the dragon passed on this toxin to the descendants of the Butterfly King, causing transformation and gradual weakening of their abilities. So it was because of that our lineage lost the ability to control the wind. Everything was out of control. The Horse-Human Emperor had indeed tried to prevent the Butterfly King and persuade him to stop the war. But the Butterfly King didn't care about what the Horse-Human Emperor had wanted to say.
You are a traitor! You're unworthy to live on this world!
Saying that, the Butterfly King continuously attacked the Horse-Human Emperor, who had no choice but to counterattack. They became embroiled in a fierce war, turning their once friendly nations into bitter enemies. Galaxia and Harold were shocked and felt deep regret for their families. They wanted to do something to correct the mistakes of the past. They sought the help of a witch to take them back in time using her magical threads. Please take us back to the past. We cannot let our nations become enemies. Time travel comes with serious consequences, and you will have to pay a significant price.
As long as the two nations achieve peace, we are willing to pay any price.
The witch agreed to use her magic to take them back 500 years. Before their eyes, everything was chaotic. The Butterfly King and the Horse-Human Emperor were locked in a fierce battle. Galaxia quickly used magic to create a gust of wind, separating the ongoing struggle between the Butterfly King and the Horse-Human Emperor. Meanwhile, Harold rushed to the Butterfly King to treat him, awakening him from his rage. Harold recounted everything to the Butterfly King about the giant dragon, helping the Butterfly King get the misunderstanding about the Horse-Human Emperor. The Butterfly King realized the harm he had caused to all kinds of beings, and especially to his dear friend. He felt really regretful. Swiftly, the Butterfly King approached the Horse-Human Emperor to apologize and express a desire for peace. The Horse-Human Emperor also forgave the Butterfly King, and together they ended the war. While everyone rejoiced in the return of peace, the dragon suddenly appeared with a malicious expression. It spewed out fiery flames, angrily incinerating everything around. Harold, with years of battlefield experience, used all his strength to fight the giant dragon. However, the dragon was too powerful, and he couldn't defeat it alone. In the most critical moment, Galaxia timely protected him, but got lightly injured herself. Seeing his beloved hurt, Harold became enraged and used all his strength to attack the formidable enemy. The Butterfly King and the Horse-Human Emperor joined forces with Harold and Galaxia to defeat the giant dragon. They used powerful magic to cast upon the dragon, making it unable to withstand the onslaught and vanishing into dust. After defeating the giant dragon, the war between the two kingdoms came to an end. The two kingdoms promised never to invade or harm each other again. The two kingdoms prospered and lived in prosperity. The people enjoyed a peaceful life, close-knit and full of love. Galaxia and Harold also found joy and contentment. Then, they wished to return and see the outcome of the changes in their two lineages. As the time travel period neared its end, the witch appeared to take them back, reminding them that they would have to pay a significant price. It turned out that the price the witch mentioned was the memories of Galaxia and Harold. Upon returning to the present, the two nations lived in peace, but they no longer remembered each other like strangers. The Butterfly King and the Horse Human Emperor arranged for the princess and the prince, although unfamiliar, to be connected by an unexplainable bond. Galaxia and Harold held a wedding ceremony, witnessed and blessed by everyone. They looked into each other's eyes and felt a magical connection happening within. The two were moved and fell in love, living happily forever after.
Long ago, the night sky was not as bright as it is now. Mischievous demons took advantage of the darkness to disturb humankind. However, since the stars began to shine at night, these demons could no longer harm people, as they had to avoid the light. The stars had been guarding the night sky for thousands of years. Stella, a young prince in a certain kingdom, was enchanted by the enchanting night skies.
If you don't subscribe to WOA Fairy Tales, how can you admire this enchanting night sky?
Stella's room was decorated with stars, and she always dreamed of one day reaching those distant celestial spheres.
Stella! Did you skip the royal class again?
Stella paid little attention to anything other than her hobbies. She often argued loudly with her mother over this matter. But when the Queen suddenly fell seriously ill, Stella could not remain indifferent. No doctor, no magician could cure the Queen's strange illness.
If the Queen stays sick like this, the kingdom will be in chaos.
Now, Stella understood how busy her mother was all this time.
And I never cared about my mother. Don't cry, I can help the Queen. I am the Dark Fairy. I heard you cry.
With the Dark Fairy's magic, the Queen woke up in an instant.
Stella! Stella!
But that was still not enough.
Only the energy of the stars can heal the Queen, but I have used up all mine. Please, I'll do anything. Just make my mother healthy again.
Moved by Stella's kindness, the fairy offered her a chance. Stella had to pluck 7 stars closest to Earth to gather enough energy to cure her mother. Stella agreed immediately, thinking that losing 7 stars wouldn't darken the sky much. The stars were far away in space, but their souls were kept in a garden above the clouds. The princess was impressed by the magnificence of the garden. On each star tree, a corresponding celestial sphere grew, representing that star in the universe. Looking up, Stella had never seen the Milky Way so clearly before. Stella quickly found Venus, the closest star to Earth. The sphere on that tree was different from what she imagined, like a beautifully polished stone. She easily plucked Venus and put it in her star bag. Then, Stella continued flying towards Mercury. The princess quickly flew away to avoid the intense heat.
Is this the star Earth? How marvelous!
Stella easily picked the next star, Mars. However, she encountered some difficulty when trying to pluck Jupiter, as it was quite massive.
Come on, you stubborn thing! Ah!
Then, Stella noticed that 4 stars had disappeared from the sky.
Huh? If the sky remained bright, nothing would have happened. Huh? What's around that tree over there?
Those were floating space rocks surrounding the planet Saturn and its tree, looking from afar like a circular belt. Stella was careless when flying through these space rocks. She fainted and her soul wandered into a strange world.
Is that the ring around the Saturn tree? Am I on Saturn?
Stella also discovered something dreadful. There were creatures living on Saturn. And not only on this star.
4 stars have disappeared!
The people on Mars and Saturn have disappeared too.
The Star Theft Princess had no awareness of the consequences of her behaviors. She had probably taken away billions of lives.
No, it can't be! It can't be like this!
The Mars star that Stella took was now emitting billions of terrified screams.
Stella, the queen is very weak. Have you finished?
The princess couldn't stop now. She had gone too far.
I'm sorry! I'm sorry!
Then Stella continued to pluck the Uranus. And despite the freezing cold, she plucked the last star, Neptune. And when Stella placed the last star in her bag, the star garden in the sky suddenly turned pitch black.
Where are the stars? Where did they all go? You have the 7 stars now. Hurry, Stella.
Stella had only one thought in her mind. She had to save her mother. But now she saw the consequences. The world was plunged into darkness again, and the demons had a chance to rise.
Stella, there's no time left. Hurry up!
No matter the state of the world, Stella didn't care anymore. All she wanted was her mother. The star bag was powerful enough to awaken the queen as soon as it was near her. There was one thing Stella could not have foreseen.
That woman, she harmed me. Stay away. Run, Stella.
You can't run, little girl.
It was all a plot by the Dark Fairy from the beginning. Long ago, the fairy had intended to steal the stars. The gods had discovered her plot, and they enchanted the star garden to prevent her from reaching it. However, the Dark Fairy didn't give up on her intentions. She waited for the right moment to harm the queen using a dying star. And taking advantage of Stella's unfinished star-stealing plan, the Dark Fairy devised a cunning scheme.
This bag will absorb the light of the entire universe when it has enough energy.
Stella fell for the trick. Now, the Dark Fairy would use their boundless magical power to wreak havoc upon the cosmos. But the gods had already taken steps ahead of her. The gods discovered her plan and enchanted the stars. So, if the fairy touched them, the gods' magic would activate and destroy her forever. It was greed that made the Dark Fairy self-destruct. Stella couldn't abandon the chance to heal the queen.
But if I sacrifice the stars, won't the world be engulfed in darkness and suffering? Then I'll just be as cruel as the Dark Fairy, won't I?
Don't do that, my daughter. You will regret it. Don't be selfish. Return the stars to the sky.
Stella felt liberated. She also realized that she had no right to steal the stars. And the queen didn't want the world to suffer. She couldn't let her daughter torment herself for the rest of her life. The world returned to its former state, and the stars once again defeated the demon horde. A magical transformation also occurred within Stella. To thank her for her goodness, the gods gave her a star. Never had Stella been happier than she was now. The princess began to change, realizing her responsibilities to the kingdom and her beloved family.
Father, the Western Witch, was always known as a wicked sorceress. She was defeated by Dorothy in her adventurous journey, but Elphaba wasn't as evil as you might think. In truth, she was just misunderstood. Subscribe to WOA Fairy Tale to follow the story. Since her birth, Elphaba had an unfortunate childhood. Her mother, wanting a healthy baby, was deceived by a shady salesman into buying a green elixir, promising exceptional strength for the child. However, the elixir caused her mother's demise during childbirth, leaving Elphaba with uniquely emerald skin. Elphaba was shunned by all of Oz and her distinctive green skin. More than worse, she suffered from an allergy to water. Merely touching it would cause her to melt. Time passed and Elphaba lived in solitude without any friends. Only comfort was her ability to use magic.
likely due to that green elixir. Elphaba studied day and night to gain admission to Shiz University, the prestigious school for witches in Oz. And that moment finally arrived. The young witch was determined to become the top student. After graduation, she hoped to become the assistant to the Great Wizard Oz, a position every witch coveted. Then she could ask him to lift her green curse and finally gain acceptance from everyone.
Oh, look at the path!
This was Glinda, a beautiful and famous witch from the north. With her noble background and reputation for being charming and kind, Glinda seemed to be the opposite of Elphaba. Maybe that's why they didn't initially get along. Elphaba believed Glinda was insincere, while Glinda thought Elphaba was a misfit. To their dismay, they were roommates.
You have no right to cross this line. Who cares?
In the days that followed, Glinda easily became popular among the students, while Elphaba spent most of her time alone. She focused on her goals and showcased her extraordinary talents.
Dear teacher, from now on, let's just follow this yellow path to reach the Emerald City.
Well done, Elphaba. Keep excelling, and after you graduate, you'll be Oz's assistant.
Hey, Elphaba, have you picked an outfit for the evening party? Not yet. Here, this hat is quite stylish. You'll catch the eye of many handsome boys.
As predicted, at the party, everyone laughed at Elphaba, and no one wanted to dance with her.
Haha, fool! You actually wore that ugly hat. Ah! Hey, watch out!
Surprisingly, Glinda realized how kind-hearted Elphaba was. Maybe her pranks had gone too far. Glinda apologized and invited her to dance. From then on, a deep friendship developed.
You know, I had to work hard to overcome my family's shadow. I've always had to be perfect in my parents' eyes, or else I'd be deemed inadequate. And I truly admire you, Elphaba. You've been striving without anyone's support. I've been striving so much mainly to gain acceptance from others.
Over the years at Shiz, their friendship grew stronger. They studied together, excelled together, and supported each other. But on graduation day, the coveted position of being the wizard's assistant went to Elphaba.
Congratulations! You truly deserve it.
Glinda couldn't help but feel disappointed in herself.
You worked hard too. How about we visit the Emerald City together?
After a joyful day in the Emerald City, Elphaba and Glinda excitedly set out to meet the Oz Wizard. Elphaba's efforts were leading up to this moment.
I wonder what the wizard is like.
But the wizard wasn't what Elphaba and Glinda had imagined.
Why bring the other? Leave! So, you're the best student from Shiz. Fine, I'll give you a test. Give this monkey wings. Well done, young lady. Now, do the same with these monkeys. They'll make excellent minions for me.
Elphaba began to suspect something was wrong.
You're not a real wizard. You're just a fraud.
These inventions made people believe Oz possessed magic and worshipped him. The also took in top students from Shiz as assistants, promising to teach them advanced magic. In reality, he was using their magic for sinister deeds, turning them into mindless monkeys to hide the evidence.
I won't let you get away with this!
Guards, go get her!
Things kept happening for a week, but Elphaba was nowhere to be found. To protect his secret, the wizard blamed Elphaba for the chaos, accusing her of trying to take over the world. Rumors of the wicked Western Witch spread.
Elphaba, traitor! Unacceptable!
Glinda confronted Oz, pledging to join his side to uncover the truth.
Yes, the good witch of the north!
During this time, Dorothy, a girl who had been swept into Oz by a tornado, arrived.
Follow the yellow path to see Oz and return home!
However, Oz would only help Dorothy if she defeated Elphaba. Glinda and Dorothy followed Oz's lead to find Elphaba.
Remember, Elphaba is allergic to water!
The little girl splashed water on her, causing Elphaba to melt. Later, the girl returned to Oz to report. But of course, Oz couldn't help Dorothy get back home because he was just a fake.
Don't worry, you can return home by tapping your heels together. Thank you so much.
In the end, the people of Oz celebrated Elphaba's departure, without realizing everything had been part of Elphaba and Glinda's plan.
You! Why are you still alive?
Fool, did you really think I would betray Elphaba so easily?
After escaping Oz, Elphaba's first stop was Glinda's. She received wholehearted trust from her friend. Glinda pretended to side with Oz to gather information. She came up with a plan to make Elphaba disappear. By creating an illusion of water, Elphaba performed a masterful melting act. In the midst of Oz's celebration, Elphaba secretly entered his study and uncovered evidence.
For so long, he has deceived everyone. This is his invention that turns people into monkeys.
Huh?
Isn't that the missing student from Shiz University?
The crowd united in boycotting Oz and held him accountable for his actions. Elphaba received the sincerest apologies. Let's not rush to judge others based on false rumors. From that on, no one discriminated against Elphaba.
The magical world of Fairywood was the home of magical creatures with special powers. Therefore, Fairywood High School, the School of Magic, is always the most coveted place, with its crucial mission to train young individuals in using magic skills in their lives.
Those girls should learn how to control their power better.
However, in that school, there were still exceptional cases, such as Katie, a girl with an outstanding beauty but lacking magical abilities. Believing that every child deserved a chance to learn, especially a well-behaved and kind girl like Katie, the principal agreed to admit her to the school. Nevertheless, Katie still doesn't truly believe in herself as she feels different from everyone else in the school. One afternoon, while looking for a place to eat, a mischievous elf played a prank on her, preventing her from going anywhere. Suddenly, the elf was magically dressed in a beautiful princess gown, making him embarrassed, and he ran away.
Are you okay? That elf likes teasing beautiful girls a lot. I told Karen to give him that dress. It looks nice. Why I haven't known you?
Oh, you're the girl without magic, as the rumors say.
Yeah, it's me.
They are the Fairy Meanies, a group which consisted of the 3 most beautiful, stylish, and famous girls at Fairywood High. The adorable Fairy Karen created the most dazzling clothes, but she wasn't very smart. Next was the elf Gretchen, who could hear every rumor in the school. Finally, the Vampire Queen, Regina, with the ability to manipulate and enchant, no one dared to oppose her. Regina found Katie beautiful and, feeling sorry for her lack of magic, came up with an idea.
We want to invite you to have lunch with us every day for the rest of the week. Oh, let me tell you one thing. Our signature color is pink.
You should know that this is an honor.
The warmth, kindness, and beautiful appearance of the Fairy Meanies made Katie want to be friends with them.
Okay, then see you tomorrow. Great, see you tomorrow.
In addition to wearing pink, the girls must always share stories with each other and not betray one another. Playing with the Fairy Meanies, Katie received enthusiastic care and support, helping her transform into a fashionable and trendy person. The 4 always had fun together and shared their story. Gradually, Katie adapted and changed, becoming more beautiful and confident. Then, no one cared that Katie didn't have magic anymore. Everyone admired her, and many boys wanted to pursue her. However, Katie secretly had feelings with another boy, the handsome and strong Aaron. People in the school noticed Aaron and Katie becoming closer, and rumors about their relationship started spreading throughout the school. And as usual, the rumor quickly reached Gretchen's ears. She quickly gathered the Fairy Meanies to talk.
Katie, I heard that you like someone. Is that true? Oh, you guys already know. It's Aaron.
Oh my, is that Aaron? He used to be Regina's ex-boyfriend.
That situation made Katie uncomfortable because she didn't want her feelings to hurt Regina and affect their friendship.
Katie, it's okay. That's in the past. You just go ahead with Aaron.
Touched by Regina's kindness, Katie felt even more affectionate towards that group of sisters. To become closer to Aaron, Katie tried to create more private time for both of them by approaching and pursuing Aaron after classes. After that, Katie continued to spend time getting closer to Aaron. The 2 shared beautiful feelings, and Katie decided to confess her love. On the day Katie planned to confess, she confided in the Fairy Meanies just when Regina hadn't arrived yet, so only Karen and Gretchen knew. Both initially supported her, but suddenly Gretchen heard a strange rumor.
Look, Aaron is dating Regina again.
Gretchen quickly told Katie about the rumor she just heard, preventing her from confessing to Aaron. Katie didn't believe the rumor, but then she saw Regina holding hands with Aaron. Feeling betrayed, Katie became furious and confronted Regina, asking why she changed her previous words.
I'm just reclaiming what's mine, Katie.
After spending some time with Katie, she became more beautiful, and people started to adore her despite lacking any special abilities. This made Regina resentful and feel threatened in her position as the leader at Fairywood High. Therefore, Regina manipulated Aaron's feelings towards her to make Katie feel devastated and sad. Katie couldn't believe it, and her anger escalated to the point where she tightly grasped Regina's hand, causing her pain. Taking advantage of the situation, Regina pushed Katie away and pretended to fall to the ground to frame her.
Katie, don't be angry like that. Aaron doesn't like you. It's not my fault.
The students witnessed Katie seemingly aggressively pushing Regina down, leading to a wave of oppression against her. From that day on, Katie no longer played with the fairy meanies, and no one wanted to be near her because of the incident with Regina. At that point, she was more confident and no longer cared about what others thought. The incident was quickly forgotten as the Spring Siling Festival approached, the day when Fairywood High would vote for the girl everyone liked the most, who would then become the queen and possess the magical crown. For this queen title, Regina was the most desiring. She tried to train, maintain a low-calorie diet, and take care of herself to become the queen. Because the competition required fairness, the principal casted a spell on the entire school, prohibiting all students from using magic until the day of the festival. Katie also decided to participate in Spring Cling to assert herself and partly to hope that people would understand her true self better. On the day of the festival, everyone dressed elegantly, enjoying the festive atmosphere. And then, the most awaited moment of the night arrived, the award ceremony with the presence of the two most beautiful girls at Fairywood High, as expected, Regina and Katie.
You can't possibly win against me, Katie.
Huh? Congratulations, Katie!
Regina was shocked upon hearing the result. Regina's strange behavior before the festival made Katie suspicious, and indeed, the results were manipulated by Regina. Katie was determined not to let herself be disadvantaged that time. Regina, furious, rushed to snatch the crown from Katie. Katie was cornered by Regina. Just as Regina lunged at Katie, she managed to dodge the attack, but Regina was propelled forward. At that moment, Katie, still kind-hearted, extended her hand to help Regina, but Regina, driven by greed, tried to grab the crown. The audience witnessed the entire incident and shouted vehemently against Regina.
Regina is wicked. She doesn't deserve to be the Spring Siling Queen.
The crowd's opposition infuriated Regina, prompting her to use her power to manipulate, silencing everyone.
Everyone be silent!
Katie realized Regina's intention and immediately used the magic from the crown to thwart Regina. The principal immediately sealed Regina's powers again and reclaimed the magical crown.
The Spring Sealing Queen is Katie!
Sadie became the most famous girl and an icon of the perfect girl for everyone. Regina was banned from using magic, was avoided by everyone, and faced mockery after the Spring Siling Festival.
Now no one will help you, Regina, the wicked one.
Suddenly, the mischievous elf wore in a cute princess dress, made him embarrassed, and run away once again.
Are you okay, Regina? Karen's dress looks stunning on him.
Although Regina had behaved poorly, she now received help from these friends, making Regina touched.
After all the selfish things I've done, you still forgive me? Everyone makes mistakes, Regina. What matters is that we acknowledge them and strive to be better. I'm sorry for being mean. Forgive me. Fairy meanies forever! Fairy meanies forever!